you had picked up after seeing the vision in the dragon's shrine. Gilliman had...
Sorry.
You're good. Had played out his fantasies as a noir detective, shaking people down. Well,
Yup.
investigating, basically. Being a true investigator. Sorry, my cats are playing some sort of game where Eclipse has designated my desk as the safety area, and Petra's now puppy dog guarding the door for when...
Aww.
The best of kitties.
Yeah, you guys need to chill. So Gilliman had gone across the city investigating the 3 young adults that you guys had rescued from Demetria's temple.
Yup.
Leonis had spent some time with his father, for better or worse on that front, even getting a fantastic or a fun weapon, if nothing else, as a bonus.
Alright, it happened.
And then the rest of you guys, I believe it was Nico, Arena, and Palace had roved around the city, exploring the sights as the city was in the moment, having a small to some, large to others, celebration as many people were sharing in merriment throughout the streets.
When Palace learned he was immortal.
It was party time at the palace.
I was attacked by horse Karen. Yes.
Yes.
Horse Karen.
You had an unfortunate encounter with a rather consistent centaur, and I think. Let's see. I think that's the majority of it.
I have a weird note here. Maybe somebody can clear it up because I can't remember. It says, "Be careful, or Leonius will kill me."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
being
dining
sought
with
after. Karina.
You're dining with Leonius' sister.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's
And,
right. Oh,
It
jeez.
sounds like she wants more than just to dine with you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Hey, Blue, guess how long your lifespan just became?
Yeah, I have a note. Rob is being sought after by Karina.
We had ended at the party in the king's palace itself. Everybody was drinking here and there. Nico decided to be a very helpful person and help the Oracle locate something she lost in her room.
Right.
Nice guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my other note. Nico is sequestered in parentheses by Oracle.
Rob had made to follow to locate the Oracle and talk about upcoming matters, but had been halted by what's her name, Karina? I think that was...
I call her Karma.
Arma.
Mhm.
Everyone hates Karma. in
That's
League
what
of
you get
Legends.
for trying to screw with me.
No, I tried to screw with you. I tried to screw with everybody. Somehow, Consequence just evades past me.
Oh, you wait. You'll come.
Karina was the original person you guys found when you were being led to
Yes.
Demetria. The
Right.
king's daughter is Honora.
That's right, Honora.
Yeah. But I mean, we
Yeah.
recorded it, so maybe I said it wrong somewhere. But
Yeah, Blue, Honora. You know, my
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah, your sister.
Yeah,
Yep.
your
yeah.
sister.
And we had ended there with you guys taking a long rest, enjoying the party, and we were going to pick up in the morning. I believe some plans had been thrown out here and there. At least Gilliman seemed to have a dedication to the idea of rounding up some, of speaking to the king, rounding up some people, and heading back towards the Masu Temple.
Yup.
It was a group collective decision that the next stop on your list of labors, as you know them to be, would be the Mithril Forge, and you guys got some hints about the somebody you should stop and talk to on the way there, or before you leave, rather. Anybody remember who that is?
Before before we leave.
Before you leave, there was a person it was suggested you speak to about the mythical.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Leonia's granddaddy, I think.
Oh no. Oh fuck.
Yeah, his granddad.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Linus's grandpa, granddaddy, Vulcan,
Yes, that one.
god of the forge.
Okay, wait. Because this is tying in way close to my life. Okay, so my father was a drunk. That tracks and checks. My father was an old World War II vet. I have interesting expectations now.
Don't pop bubble wrap next to him.
I'll do my best.
I would like to be in this talk with Vulcan, if you don't mind. Yes, please.
Okay. So, we're picking up in the morning after a party, after a king's party. The palace itself is slightly amiss, even now as you wake up from your collective areas, or individual areas. You can notice that there are members of the staff and such moving here and there, trying to pick up debris, sweep, mop, whatever the case may be, or scrub down. They seem accustomed to it, as though it is a usual issue where the king has a large celebration for one thing or another that leads to such a swift and thorough after morning clean. Stepping around them, maybe helping here and there, or maybe just trying to locate your own way towards some food and some water for whatever cure of a hangover you wish. You guys find your way into the banquet hall. What once was used for the party before, and now there are meager breakfast foods being served here and there. Pastries, eggs, whatever else you care to imagine. Roasted vegetables. You guys are served as you please. No charge for it as honored guests of the king. You recognize a few faces of people remaining over. These people seem to have some sort of importance that allows them to remain. A council member here or there, or something to that effect. Kitty, please go. A stray cat is immediately escorted from the premises.
I'm right here. Staring at whatever Rob's doing, which is probably sleeping. And I've probably been like that all night. Just to be sure.
That feels like a good as place to start as any. As you guys individually wake up, make your way there, gather your food around this banquet hall, so you question yourselves at one of the corners, one of the ends of the table to yourselves. What all are your mornings looking like? What are you eating? Are you trying to engage with somebody or something to that effect? That feels like a fair place to start. Let's begin at the top of the list with Orina.
How'd I get to the top? Oh shit. I'm just shaking the sleep off, ruffling my feathers a little bit, gathering food and beverage to sit down and just get my energy going.
Sounds like a plan. Rob.
Okay, so I gotta roll a dice for this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Evens or odds? Evens is good, wake up. Odds is bad, wake up.
Whatever you roll, be sure to divide it by the derivative of the square root of 9.
Okay, so evens is good, wake up. That's okay. Okay, so Rob wakes up alone, not with anybody else. He was probably in a dead guest room. Having not drunk, overly consumed alcohol, he wakes up feeling refreshed as usual. He says his morning prayers to the 5 and hopes that Pythor goes to AA sooner rather than later. And then he'll probably go downstairs to see Leonius looking at him, seeing that he came not from his sister's bedroom, which is good, and Rob gives him the thumbs up, like, yes, I have been a good boy, and I would dare not intrude upon such royal affairs.
Would you like to
Make
roll
it-
insight?
No. Hey, Blue, you ever see those old National Geographic covers with the lion? How it kind of looks like it's just staring at the cameraman, and the cameraman
Yeah.
just instinctively knows, therefore you know that that lion is totally thinking about eating your face?
Yes, yes, I do.
Then you know what you're feeling right now.
Yes, yes, I do. So with a little bit wider-eyed now, and conscious of his every move, and conscious of Leonius's every move, he will sit down to eat a hearty breakfast before going out and doing his morning exercise routine.
I sit next to you at breakfast.
I sweat nervously.
Before we get to that fun interaction, Nico.
Well, I would say Nico would be one of the first ones to wake up since he doesn't sleep at all. Which is actually very useful in this situation if you think about it. So yeah, probably you'll find Nico at the breakfast table the first thing in the morning. Big smile on his face, feeling refreshed. Good night's sleep. You can take that as you wish.
Then
Hopefully alone.
No.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Leonidas.
Yes.
Anything further to add to yours?
I'm noticing him sweat, I lick my chops. Beyond that, probably not much, other than tailing him and watching him train and exercise.
Gaia, you spent most of the prior day away from the others, having remained within the Dragon Shrine. The vision having taken an interesting toll on you. Rather than joining the others with immediate festivities, you had found your way to a sort of quiet reflection, had found some of the local flora, and taken time to reflect before joining the others at the King's Palace, not making too many waves. Whether or not you partied at that point is up to your discretion, or as you please. And I'd also ask you how you find yourself this morning.
Well, she probably wouldn't have joined in the festivities. She's not good with big crowds of people. She probably kept to herself most of the night, and probably went to bed early after the visions and to do some more minor contemplations on her own, so she'd wake up fully refreshed and not really out of sorts. She'd head
Alright.
down, grab food, and join up with the rest of the group.
Gotcha. And that leaves us with Palace.
Palace is probably just awake, staring at whatever meal is in front of him with a perplexed look, looking in the direction where Nico went, looking at Leonius, whose attention is not on him, looking at before just saying, so am I just immune to consequence? Like,
You just
Palace
have
is just
double fun
perplexed
luck.
right now.
Yeah.
There is no attention on him whatsoever.
I have other focuses right now.
Exactly.
I also have other focuses right now.
I don't even notice you tried to screw with me. I wasn't there.
Exactly. But
As you guys... Sorry.
no, go ahead. I was just gonna do a little talk? Because I'm assuming we're all around the same table.
Yes, seems like Rob has sequestered himself a few feet from you on the balcony to do his morning Pilates.
Pilates.
I would like to say
Pilates.
that everyone's within earshot, within perhaps a slightly louder than normal conversation distance.
Okay. In that case, Palace would probably just shake his head. So, the forge, is it? You all seem to be quite set on that path.
I just want to see if my grandfather is as much of a disappointment as my father.
I say this as still staring at Rob.
That's a little...
While doing nervous squats, Rob will look down and say, "Yes, I too would like to meet with Vulcan. I am dead set on that path for sure, but not before I address some other concerns with Pythor. I may require one more day of stay."
And why would that be, Rob?
Not for any reason that would be of great concern to you. It has nothing to do with the honor of thy sister, who is beautiful, and for whom I would never do anything inappropriate with, other than keeping her company during a party.
Wow, and I thought I dug myself a hole.
Yeah.
Diggy, diggy, diggy hole, diggy hole.
What exactly are you planning then?
I don't know
Other
if you did
than
that
screwing yourself.
with a ditch switch or an actual bulldozer that was pretty quick.
What's a bulldozer?
I think it's a kind of a breed dog. I don't know. Regardless, what is exactly this plan you're talking about, Rob?
Yes. Well, my investigation bore fruit, and I now have all of the intent and evidence to take action. And action I shall attempt to take, as my oath demands.
As it demands.
Can you be a little more
Indeed.
specific? What actions are you taking?
Hmm?
Yeah,
What
can you be more specific? What actions?
I plan to petition Pythor for a set of possible... let's see. I suppose I should call them knights, but any of the forces not under the rule of Gaius here, and petition for a more organized rescue team to go back into the forest of Demetrius. There are still citizens in there, most of which may not know the danger they are in, and I intend to set things right.
Did we not settle this when we were there? Those that chose to stay.
Nope. As I said, after my investigation, I have all the evidence that I need to go forth.
What is the evidence exactly? Out of curiosity, since you're so sure.
I shall, if you wish to hear more of that, I shall subsequently tell you when I am speaking with Pythor.
I'm just curious because, as I'm hearing, you're planning to take soldiers from a city that is in really bad shape right now, take them on a trip.
The city in
back
really
and forth
bad shape?
Yeah, it's an army outside. They just ran out of almost all the food since they had to do a big-ass sacrifice.
I thought the army was leaving, isn't it, Hyloch? Now that the sacrifice is over?
There's only been a day since. There was part of the army that came to watch the sacrifice, and they did return to the rest of the force after the sacrifice had failed, but there hasn't been direct action of the armies leaving as of yet.
Also, there are
really? So
centaurs
they're not
in the city.
they're not packing up or anything yet?
No.
No? Okay.
Unless I've
Interesting.
misspoken somewhere, which somebody's feel free to correct me, I don't believe I've indicated as such.
No, you haven't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, I recall
So,
no
yeah, there's,
indication of that.
Yeah.
There's an army outside. There are centaurs in the city. I managed to piss one off. There is also, they are lacking food, if I'm not mistaken. And that trip you're saying is not a day. It's a day if you rush them. Which makes them more dangerous, the trip.
This may very well be the case, but if the army outside risks making any action now, they are the ones who will be the Oathbreakers, and they will suffer the consequences of that.
I don't think attacking you outside the walls is breaking any oath.
Mm-mm.
It most
Also-
certainly is. It breaks the Oath of Peace.
Wait, the oath of peace? What oath of peace? The one that the gods made?
Let's see. What was it again?
It's literally
there's
only
a
for
reason.
the gods.
Yeah, only the
Well,
gods.
Wait a minute. Maybe I'm mistaken here. Hyloch, what exactly are the requirements of the Oath of Peace? Does it prevent centaurs from making raids on us, or does it purely apply to like Poseidon?
Page 6.
Page 6.
As
Okay, I
understand,
lost my
it's just the
computer
gods.
recently, so I don't actually have the player's guide anymore. Do we
Uh-oh.
have that clipped somewhere? Yeah,
Let
my
me
computer bricked on me, so I need the player's
Believe
guide.
It's in Odyssey Systems Links Player's Guide. Yeah.
I'll post a screenshot
Odyssey.
that for you.
Let me
There you go.
see. Hold on. Where is systems links?
OD Systems Links.
Are we talking about Discord or are we talking
Yeah,
about
Discord.
Roll20?
Yeah.
Discord. Okay.
Mhm.
Discord systems links.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, there we go. Player's guide Odyssey. There we are. Okay.
Still, if I'm not mistaken, the oath is just for gods not to intervene or something like that, right?
Sidon and Lutheria have sworn not to take vengeance upon the mortals for a period of 500 years, provided daily sacrifices to the Titans should resume.
So what the hell has been preventing the
The fact that there's a fucking
centaurs?
god on the other side of the river.
But the gods aren't
Ooh.
allowed to intervene either. The gods wouldn't even be allowed to fight if the centaurs did attack, right?
He doesn't need to fight, he's the god of war. He can probably direct an army like no one's business.
So
I mean, but that would be indirectly
But
intervention
anyways.
as well.
Grim, or Hyloch, I mean.
Yeah. So Hyloch, please give some
point-
because this
point of
actually
clarity.
does matter.
Right. So the Oath of Peace primarily stipulates that the Titans and gods are not going to be met in open conflict between each other or indirectly through their followers. There is still natural conflict on the ground level itself because the mortal races are still regarded as invaders in some sense. So those that naturally inhabit the world, centaurs, satyrs, dryads, the worldly sorts, are still free to attack and bully and be awful to each other.
To each other.
To themselves and the mortal races.
Okay, so the centaurs are free to attack us. If they did attack us, would Pythor be allowed to intervene and kill a bunch of centaurs?
You're under the impression that no. And I say impression because the oath itself was shown to a very few people. Nobody knows the exact words. That is one of the points to this, is that the oath, it is known there is an oath given, an oath of peace between the gods and Titans, but the scroll itself is not like the Declaration of Independence on display, so there are gray areas as far as people are concerned. You're under the impression that Pythor could defend himself and likely his city if need be, but even if he is defending, the city is going to be put into ruin by a large-scale assault. If it occurs.
So why are they even waiting?
That is a good question. They were likely here for the sacrifice. Why they remain is another question.
Because I was under the impression that they were here to do a sudden attack should the Oath of Peace fail due to the sacrifice not being fulfilled, and that gives them the green light to just overwhelm us with sheer numbers. But if the Oath of Peace isn't even directly preventing that, that just brings up all kinds of questions in my mind.
I think you're missing the power that justification holds in these kinds of skirmishes.
They're
Like an individual will grasp on any reason to attack someone that they hate.
They already have all the justification they could possibly need. We are literally a colonial force that invaded their land. They already have all the justification they could ever need to go on an attack on us. They don't need to look civil.
You're not wrong. I would offer that with the history in place, they tried that once before and lost. You're not wrong. They could attack Astoria any day. The reason they're not is up to speculation. Especially since they obviously have no... As far as you can determine, the sacrifice of the king's daughter was obviously a bit of bait. Like, if that failed, they absolutely would have... like, if that had failed in any other way, like if it was simply outright denied, they would have attacked. But now that there's no... It's like Moore said, a bit of justification. They need
moral high ground, so to speak.
Moral high ground. If the Oath of Peace is to actually fail, Sidon could lead them himself. They may want for something to that effect.
So they're waiting for Sidon to come and be able to lead them.
They're waiting for a very clear, distinct advantage.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Okay.
But either way, in character, all we know is the armies aren't leaving, and that's really the main point of this discussion.
Yep.
Right, okay. Do I know the standing force of Astoria?
The standing force of Astoria... let me try to find it.
We're all here wanting to be Greek fantasy hero archetypes, and then we have Blue, who decides to just dive into political intrigues of warfare.
Well, you know,
I'm not gonna lie, I like that.
It matters.
I mean, that's the other half of
the
it.
character's thing.
Yeah, I really
it matters
dig that.
a lot.
That's unexpected, and I like it.
Yeah, if it turns out that like the standing force of 500, then yeah, me taking 10 soldiers out to go save some citizens doesn't sound like such a good idea. But if our standing force is 5,000 or more, let's say, then taking 10 soldiers out doesn't really... Then just one paladin taking out 10 soldiers on an expedition doesn't seem like that big of a toll on the standing forces, and wouldn't make that much of a difference if the centaurs decide to attack or not.
True.
I beg to differ, but sure.
That is also fair. I mean, we want to get into it. We've gauged the combat capabilities of a single centaur ourselves, and they're pretty hardy, so that's literally just going to be a sheer numbers game on our end to even win that.
Mm-hmm.
If it is the case that it is like us, like our group, that is also holding back the centaurs, then Gilliman isn't even going anywhere. He can't go to the Mithril Forge. He can't go to the Necropolis. He has to stay here until the centaur threat is dealt with. If it's truly the case that it matters that much, that every man is absolutely needed, then Gilliman isn't going anywhere because this is his home city.
So I was double checking.
Yeah.
Astoria, the chapter on Astoria, for full clarity, the chapter of Astoria does not list the standing force as far as I can tell. I checked the rules for settlements because this guide has some bonus rules for settlements, not for any particular reason. Don't worry about it. A city is typically regarded as something that has 500 soldiers. With Pythor here, I'd be willing to up that number up to 1,000, considering he's the god of war, and people are likely trained here as well. So the city of Astoria likely has, any given moment, about 1,000 soldiers trained.
Then 10 soldiers won't make a difference.
Nope.
10 soldiers will absolutely not make a difference, and Bravo Gilliman absolutely feels comfortable taking 10 good men out to deal with this druid.
I think you're still missing one important aspect. Actually, two. One, you could die.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, but you're kind of important. You have a prophecy on your back. You're supposed to save the world.
I am also supposed to uphold my oath as a paladin. That means doing things that risk your life. Going on this oracle journey also involves doing things that risk your life.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I think I get it. So if you have an oath, it's okay to do whatever you want, but if someone makes a request of you that goes against the group, it's just out the window.
I
that right?
You really know how to be an ass, don't you, Palace?
I know how to make the most of everything, but well, when most of everything gets tossed out,
I'll not hear this from anyone who's not willing to make an oath themselves.
Ooh.
You know not of responsibility because you choose not to have any. I do have a responsibility to protect my kith and kin, and I will uphold that.
I'm surprised that you can see so much, Rob. You just the entirety of the context of a man's life just right before you. You must see everyone and be able to estimate their value and worth in an instant. Who are we to disagree with you?
But no
right?
such thing!
Regardless of that, what about the time? You're not only taking your time, you're taking 2 days of our time, which do nothing, while the world is slowly going to end somehow soon.
Mayhap.
Yeah. And you are risking the world to save what? How many? Like 5 people? I don't remember, to be honest.
5 to 20, give or take, but it is also an ongoing threat, as to who's to say that she won't kidnap more people.
I mean, it's a world.
You won't dissuade me from this.
That's an interesting view.
Once again, so long as you have an oath, you can do whatever you want, right?
Stop being an ass. I'm not going to fall for your jibes.
If you three would stop your phallic swinging contest, may we get on with our morning, please?
Yes, let's.
Who are you again? I'm just joking. You're the one that can put a few back. That much I remember.
Mm-hmm. And I have claws sharper than your wit, evidently. Let's go!
Aren't those technically talons?
Exactly, they're sharper than your wit half the time. Let's go! And his too.
Dull.
Thank you, Leonis. No, mine are not dull, thank you. Scratch at the ground.
As your morning conversation and meal begins to draw to a close, the door opens up to reveal Pythor himself, seeming not quite chipper, but obviously not suffering much like mortals that had too strong of a hangover would. He appears slightly displeased, as best you can tell, as he's currently looking down and talking to another man who bears some resemblance of nobility. He has, well, here, I can show image.
Oh, goody. I don't like him already.
Oh my god!
I feel like there's a conspiracy revolving around this guy. I don't know why.
What gives it away?
Oh, please. The only thing that's heretical around here is your ass. Anyway, Horace, my dear brother, good to see you.
Didn't he say that he wasn't going to fall for my jives? I consider this a win. Who wants to drink?
At this point, I do.
Hungry.
There's a brief pause as I assume Rob closes the distance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's going in for a hug.
As the man takes a second, looks at Rob. There's a brief second before recognition flashes over him, and he grins wildly and embraces Rob the same and says, Robuto, it's been so long.
It has been far too long. How goes the homestead?
Well, and he throws a side glance towards Pythor before turning back to you. It's been better, but I have heard some recent news that things may be changing. News that you're a part of, apparently. There was going to be an expedition to the Forge.
Yes, absolutely, to the Mithril Mountains. Oh yes, the dwarfs that we employ, they were refugees from there, were they not?
There were a few, yes. Some are still employed, and some make room within Vulcan's Forge here in the city. That is wonderful to hear, actually. I was hoping to get a moment to talk to you. Talk to you, dear king, and also a moment with my brother. Pythor nods somewhat pleasantly and says, take your time. I feel like I need to find a meal myself.
Yes, hair of the dog, as it were. Absolutely. Yes, Horace, we do indeed have much to discuss. I will happily take a moment to discuss this with you. If we can get the dwarves back into the Mithril Mountains and get them reestablished, we could have a firm economic link to the Mithril that lie underneath there. Giving the Gilliman family mines a significant boost in profits. Don't you agree?
There is another moment of pause as Horace takes this in before a smile goes across his face and says, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm so glad you see it this way.
Well, of course, we both come from a line of businessmen.
Of course.
You can put a businessman in the paladin, but you can't take the businessman out of the paladin.
Understandable. I'm so glad to see that. When do you set out? Who all are you setting out with?
Well, in maybe a couple of days' time, there is still business that I'm afraid my oath demands that I attend to here for the moment. Although, come to think of it, you might be able to help with that. Horace, do we still have a standing family guard at our estate?
We retain a few we have a few retainers on hand, yes. Unfortunately, most have been called to the standing army for the moment. Some still remain with us, but not much. A meager force of 30, I believe.
Yeah, I suppose that's going to be needed at the estate. Unfortunate. Well, I'll just have to play my cards as they fall then.
Well,
anyway, this is great to hear, Horace.
Robuto, Rob, wait. Introduce me to are those your fellows behind you there?
Some of them are. One of them is a complete and total ass. Another one I am deathly afraid of. And the others are nice to varying extents.
Meow.
Well, he takes a second to step away from Rob, look towards all of you, and says, it would be wonderful to meet all of your acquaintances. My name is Horace Gilliman. I run an estate here along with the Gilliman properties and businesses. I understand you said you have business still in the city, Rob? Is that something... if this is something keeping you from the mine, I mean, get it off your chest. Let's see if we can help.
Well, it has to do with a druid.
Idea.
It is a druid of... I did some investigations, and there is a druid that is, for lack of a better word, luring people into her homestead out in the forest south of here, isn't it? Hyloch, was it south of here?
Yes, southeast.
Yeah, southeast of Astoria. She's been luring innocent civilians into her homestead and has been cooking and eating them. And if my investigations are any sort of evidence to go by, then the majority of the people there have no idea that she is in fact cooking and eating them. And this cannot stand.
He, obviously slightly disgusted, look falls over his face for a moment, says, "You certainly find yourselves at such a... have found your way to such a wild thing, have you not?"
Indeed. But my oath as a paladin cannot let these people be sacrificed in such a way. They are the citizenry and civilians of Astoria and Mitros.
Angela, you're
What
picking
was that
up
noise?
a bit of background noise there.
Sounds like a child is going to die.
They're dancing to Blippi.
Horse says, "Well, that's awful.
It is.
When are you setting out for it?"
Hopefully today, as soon as Pythor has worked off his hangover, I intend to put forward my case to him and plead that he give me a small scouting force under my command, as I do not trust my fellows with this job.
And you feel as though this will take a day, two, and then you'll set out for the forge afterwards?
Yes.
Well, Horus takes a moment to look towards Pythor, who has retreated a few bit, making his way to the kitchens itself, apparently, before turning back to the group, and says, "Our dear king's hangovers usually are not painful, but do last for an hour or a few. If you would give me some time, let me meet up with you later. This is a large problem, and not one you should have to shoulder the burden of yourself, brother."
Well, any assistance that you can offer us would be well met.
Of course. But before I excuse myself, to see what I can round up, the rest of you, I'm sorry, I did want to make an acquaintance. And he starts to move forward, offering a hand to each of you in turn, starting with Arena, because you're at the top. Horus, pleasure to meet you. Horus Gilman. And if you guys have anything in particular you'd like to say, feel free to call it out. I'll just go down the list. Arena.
Yes, Arena. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm not trying to go too fast. I just didn't want to linger if people didn't want to say anything.
I forgot I was muted.
He greets you pleasantly, repeats your name once to try to memorize it. He moves down the line to Nico. He takes a second to look between the two of you, noting that there are two, I don't want to say harpies. I'm forgetting the actual legitimate word for these people.
Siren, I think.
Sirens. Thank you.
Winged sirens.
Yes, sirens. Thank you. He offers a hand to Nico, says, Horus Gilman.
Very nice to meet you. You look like the fighting type. Are you a general or something like that?
Not in so many words. I did some training myself, as most of the able-bodied do here, and that has had some lingering effects. I understand that discipline helps with both fighting and business.
It does. You seem quite capable, honestly.
Thank you. That's quite kind of you to say. He smiles a bit.
The smiles look quickly. Hey, Rob, do you think he's capable? He seems quite capable, doesn't he?
Absolutely. He's the one who taught me to fight before I left for the Mitros Paladins, and is one of the primary reasons why I excelled at getting in the first place. It wouldn't even surprise me if he could best me even now.
That is amazing. Also, sorry for snooping, and you seem to be very interested in Rob going to the Mithril mines, right? Like, right away.
Well, yes, I understand that you all have... I mean, this is the first time I've met you, but word is passing quickly through the city that there are those here that were chosen for something grander, prophecy. I haven't heard all the details myself, but
It's not a big deal. Apparently, not as big deal as like 5 to 20 people. But the thing is, I mean, if someone were to guide an expedition to this place, Rob would be free to go with us and try to save the world. Do you think that would be awesome? Someone capable, almost some might say more capable than him. He might say.
Horus takes a moment before recognition sparks over him, and his smile widens a bit, and he says, "Why, I do think that's a thought worthy of consideration. I'm glad to see an idea such as that thrown out here."
I would also be interested in that if I could think of no man who I would trust better with such a duty than you, my dear brother. Although I would not impose my oath upon you, or the duties of it. If you are offering, then I certainly would not refuse, if all goes well with Pythor.
Horus pauses, looking towards you, and says, "Ra, we're brothers. Your oath is mine is yours. We share in our duties and needs."
Till the bitter end, my brother, till the bitter end.
Smiling once again, he turns back to the group, trying not to be impolite as he moves down to do the next of the line, that being Leonis.
Oh yeah, and I give him a really nice firm grip on that handshake.
He tries to match you, and though his hand is quite wide, he does not quite match your strength.
Oh good, because I was going to pop the claws out if he did. Just because I'm going to be that much of a dick.
Leonius.
Out there.
Horus, Gilliman, he says with a slight waver as he pulls with some force his hand away from yours, trying not to have his grip crushed. Before moving down to Gaia.
I am Gaia.
Horus, pleasure to meet you. He says politely, mimicking you.
Good to meet you. Well,
Thank you. And lastly, he moves towards Palace, holding out a hand. Horus Gilliman, he says after a moment of pause as he looks Palace over, lingering on him a bit for a moment, before saying, have we met before?
Palace like us. You do bear quite a resemblance to Rob, so. Hyloch, real quick, have I actually met him before?
As far as you are aware, you have not, no.
History check?
No, I don't think that'll be applicable here.
Okay.
I am telling you that even with your full confines of your memory, you do not remember meeting this man.
Okay, not my memory.
Mm.
But, perhaps you haven't met me, but maybe some of my family? I'm sure my daughter would have loved to meet you.
He raises a brow for a moment before smiling and nodding, saying, "That's kind of you to say." Yes, I'm sorry, I must have been mistaken. Familiar, but not quite the same.
So you've run across someone else with these devilish good looks.
Oh, brother.
Not in recent memory. Like I said, it was simply a faint recollection. It could have, perhaps we once passed each other on the street, that's all.
Perhaps.
Right. He takes a moment to step away from the group, his eyes lingering both on Palace and, for whatever reason, Arena. as though the recognition also extends to somebody else. Before turning back to his brother, says, "It seems as though you have a large and fine band of fellows to look after you. Glad you're in safe hands."
So far, we've been in safe hands, although recent actions have, by some members of our group, have put others in danger.
Wait,
And
what part
that
of
is
our...
something that I am still juggling with.
Wait, what part of our adventures so far have ever been in safe hands?
I tackled a fucking boar for you.
Exactly, those safe hands.
I wouldn't call that safe. I'd call that more exciting.
Definitely not safe.
Well, that fellas, I will agree with you on.
Wonderful. So I will take my leave here. There are a few matters I'll have to attend to before I return and beseech. And if this is a matter that... This is an important matter, but I feel as though the act of prophecy can't truly wait. If you should wish it, I would beseech Pythor on your behalf, and falling short of that, I'll speak to my own men, and we shall take...
I like this guy.
This burden.
You too,
My brother,
Nico?
you are generous beyond words, as it has always been. I shall give you all of the written findings that I have during the interviews, and so that you may present Pythor with all the evidence that I have gathered. And at that, he's going to reach into his sack and pull out a stack of 200 pages. Now then, let's begin really quick. We'll just take a few short minutes of prep time.
Oh, by my father's
Who wants to go speak with
name.
Volcom? Or anything else?
Perhaps we can speak on the way to the manor then. It would be good for you to see the old place.
Indeed, indeed. Lead the way, Horace.
Okay.
My companions, I shall meet with you presently.
Those of you that are watching him leave can give me a perception check, if you don't mind terribly.
Perception.
Perception.
Oh shit, I only have my character still open. Hold on.
Right?
Wow, unprepared, Nico.
Disadvantage on all rolls.
Hey,
Jesus Christ. I know,
Unprepared
right?
my ass.
It involves Rob. It has my
You know,
attention.
it makes sense that Leonis would get that good because his eyes have been focused on me this whole time. So if I'm walking somewhere, it would make absolute sense that his eyes are gazing in that direction and catch everything.
Rob, my guy, it's okay. I just want you to know that I'm watching you.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
always watching.
Yes.
I'm always watching, Rob.
I
Those
know.
of you that got 15 and above, which unfortunately appears to be Nico and Leonis alone. Sorry, Valis. Can notice two additional details of Horus as you guys are making your way. One, that he seems to have a small limp. It wasn't really noticeable in this short distance that he crossed, but here, as he's making his way away alongside his brother, you can notice he seems to be favoring the right foot, as though recently injured. Number two, he has a few markings on the left arm. It's covered up mostly by the shirt he has and the cloak there, but as he's shifting, moving to catch up with Rob a bit, there was a slight shifting of cloth, and you can just make out the telltale markings of a tattoo, much like roots, you would guess at this distance, coming out from the left shoulder. Noticing it himself, seemingly to notice it, or maybe just out of habit, he adjusts his cloak, adjusts his sleeve, and it is back to being concealed. The rest of you either taken up with something else of interest, perhaps, at least for Arena's behalf.
I'm telling my character. Playing the character, interest in other races.
You guys can turn back to the group, and I believe there was mention of meeting up with Vulcan.
Oh god, right, my grandfather. Oh, that's gonna be awkward.
Time to meet old dear granddad, is it not, Leonis?
Welcome to Family Trouble, the D&D edition.
Oh, I do love it when soldiers walk away.
I was gonna say we should wait for Rob, but never mind. Let's go.
I'm trying. Okay, so this is off topic, slightly. There was an old TV series that really made like family drama popular, and I'm trying to remember what it was called.
All My Hearts. All My Hearts.
I don't think that was it.
Dallas, Dynasty.
No, I'm thinking like old, like Dr. Phil talk show brings the person in to talk to them and brings in a surprise guest. Surprise, it's the person you hate the
Jerry
most.
Springer?
Yeah, that is Jerry. Jerry.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say Jerry Springer, but it's like, wait, that's not old. That's. I mean, okay, it's old
It's
by
pretty
today's
old.
standards,
Out of
but
modern.
but I mean, to me, old is like Angela's thinking Dallas and stuff from the 70s and 80s, not something from the 90s.
It's referenced.
Jesse Raphael.
It's referenced in Austin Powers, therefore it's older.
Oh god, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Jerry,
Oh
my
god.
father, Dr. Evil.
Oh god. You know what the worst part is? I saw the first Austin Powers in theaters, and now I feel really old.
Sorry.
That wasn't that long ago.
Me,
geez.
Jen, and Jen could say kiss our ass on that one.
So you admit you're all old. I knew it.
We're all old.
Eclipse. Eating those cherry tomato cakes.
Hell no.
Oh, jeez.
Cherry tomato
cakes.
What?
Cherry tomato cakes? What?
Yes.
It was a picture of my birthday cake, and it had like
It had
it looked like cherry tomatoes.
it had coffee M&Ms on it. I made the cake myself.
Coffee M&Ms.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah, coffee nut M&Ms.
They're pretty good.
They're
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh.
They taste like coffee.
Yum,
No,
yum,
I was trying
yum.
to figure out why not regular M&Ms. I just realized. Okay, yeah, I get it.
So I apologize for that tangent. It just all this family drama
Nope.
just made me think of somebody standing in the corner chanting Jerry, Jerry.
Jerry, Jerry. There you go.
No, Gaia thinks that she is not going back. Go
Sure.
fight.
Nico, you are the father.
Yeah.
Maury.
Oh no.
I can see that happening.
Oh dear God.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay. So you guys set out, mirroring the path that Rob and Horace are actually on before they take a turn. You guys don't, and continue on towards the mid of the city. Finding yourselves with a bit of direction from those more familiar with the area, you find that near the center of town is a large building with fortified stone walls and a shingle roof. A sign hangs from the building's heavy bronze-banded doors. It reads, Vulcan's Hall. Inside the hall, you are greeted by the warm glow of embers and blasts of hot air. The room is decorated with a variety of bronze armors, weapons, and farming tools. A weathered-looking dwarf works at an anvil near the blistering forge at the back of the hall. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gives you a simple nod as greeting, indicating a moment's pause as he finishes his work, not leaving it to lay, and begins to make his way towards you, dusting off hands with a poor attempt at a cloth. Poorly attempting to dust off his hands with a cloth.
Yes.
He takes a moment to eye you all, removing a monocle that is sit within his eye, and says, To what do I owe the pleasure of all you here?
I look at Leonius.
Yeah, look at Leonius.
We're here to see Vulcan.
All right. You seen him? Now what?
Now we watch.
My grandfather's a dwarf!
Wait, so Vulcan is just like right here? He's just right here?
Deep breaths, Leonius.
City has 2 guys.
I had no idea. I didn't know he was just like right here in the city. I thought we were gonna have to go questing for the guy.
No, I apologize for the.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just surprised. Wow.
Ring the bell, dwarf.
Fuck you.
God damn it, Hyloch. Okay,
Oh, here you go. Yeah.
that's. Oh, is there a picture?
There's-
Oh my god, yes.
Oh wow.
You know, I can see the family resemblance, Leonius.
Your father is a human giant with alcohol problems. Your grandfather is a dwarf that knows tough love, and
My grandpa was 5'2".
you look like you could bench press your grandpa, but are probably too scared to try. Which fair.
God damn
Hey,
it.
see, that's completely unexpected to me. When I saw Vulcan, I was expecting him to look like this. I'll
I
post it in
was
the
expecting
Hyloch
this
General.
motherfucker to be a good head taller than fucking me. I'm looking
Yeah.
down at this little dwarf who just told me he was basically just my granddad, and I just... Leonius is not taking that well.
I was expecting something more imposing like that guy right there. That's who I was expecting.
I mean, in the D&D world, dwarves are pretty imposing.
I was expecting an elf.
Why would you expect something else? This is God of the Forge.
Yeah, that's
I
also
mean,
a fair one.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it makes sense. It's just... God fucking
Much.
damn it!
It broke Leonia, so you know we
Ring
broke
the
the
bell,
lion. Then.
Leonius.
You
Ring the
broke the
bell.
cat!
Can I rub the belly? I wanna pet the belly.
The belly.
The belly. The cat's belly.
Someone else can speak up now. I'm just kind of in shock over the fact that my godly granddaddy is he's in perfect dick punching range.
Why do you immediately put my character into this?
Because your character's basically me but older, which is all
Oh no.
which makes sense, which is just my grandpa.
Let's not touch that.
He takes a second to tuck the dusty cloth away in a belt loop before saying, "Well, out with it. You're
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see the spectacle. We are here because we were told we need to reignite the Forge of... What was the name again?
the Mithril Mines."
The Mithril Mines. Thank you, boys in disguise.
Yeah. Well, were you asking for the labor words or for what you have interpreted as the labor?
What I interpreted, I guess.
The Mithril Mines, yeah.
Yeah.
He
we say goodbyes.
takes a second to squint and scrutinize the lot of you, reattaching his monocle to one of his eyes, before nodding gruffly and saying, the Chosen then, yeah?
Yes. Why is everybody so quiet? Yes.
All right.
Deep breaths.
Well, let's find a seat. I'll give you a short story and a short bit of information, and you can get out of here. I've got work to do. Theo, He turns back to the shop, yells the name Theo a few times, and finally a gangly teenager runs out of the back, sweating and sweltering. And he says, Vulcan continues, fetch us, get a water for our guests, and then get back to work. Theo nods hurriedly and runs to the back. Vulcan gestures to you guys to move off to the side. It's not really a sitting area so much as it is an area propped up with a bunch of anvils that have been left to sit. Most likely this is a spot of used for something else, but Vulcan is treating it as a sitting area presently. Theo runs out after a second, just bringing a pitcher of water and some cups stacked up before laying it on one of the anvils nearby and hurrying back to the back. Vulcan nods, gestures from you guys to the water for you to help yourselves.
Yummy.
And says, okay, the forge. It's been some time since it's been seen, and the troubles there have only gotten worse over the ages, as far as I know. It was once used for great weapons and artifacts. If I crafted wonders of the world, all with with that, and he gestures towards the hammer on Leonos's side. That's my hammer. I don't want it back right now, but maybe later. Thank you for bringing it.
Fuck!
Of course, it must stay in family, I guess.
It was used for weapons, armor, wonderments, all sorts of novelties. Better than any of this bronze, but you make do with what you can. Unfortunately, the place was cursed. Lutheria, in her infinite madness, or maddening infiniteness, whatever may have you, had the place be set with devils and hounds and their ilk. I don't know what remains. I assume they either killed each other or grew stronger for the effort, like some sort of Ouroboros. But if you clear them out, let me know. There are some people here that would pay for it, actually. If you stop by the Dragon's Tooth and let some of the fellows there know. There's an old regiment of dwarves that used to work there. I believe some of their fellows had been left behind in the escape, and they would likely share some goodwill with you if you could help them. As for me, if you clear the place out, send word, let me know, and I'll join you there. I would love to see the place back in business. If you manage it, I'll get you the first weapon for free. I'll have to charge after that.
We just need to clear the place. We don't need to do anything weird with the forge to reignite or something like that, right? Do you know about that? The prophecy was quite specific about reigniting, which concerns me.
It's likely a matter you'll have to see for yourself. I don't know what state it's in. It once had a forge keeper. If she is still there, then I would suggest you speak with her. If she is no longer there, as is likely the case, you may need to take a few extra steps.
Fuck.
Ooh. Oh, this was lovely.
Well, that's all I had for you. Hope you enjoyed the water. Was there anything else you needed?
When you say the place is overrun with, I believe the words you used were devils?
And hounds.
And hounds. Devils and hounds.
Oh, goody.
I take it that our average equipment isn't going to do much to them. Yeah, any tips for dealing with creatures like that, if we have to run into them?
Avoid fire, I'd probably say.
Avoid fire. That...
I mean, he's right.
I mean, he's right, it's just...
It is, a mithril forge. There's going to be a lot of fire. I would recommend avoiding it and the utilization of it.
You know, I was gonna say, maybe there's an option to go first to another place to gather things and then go to the mithril forge to clear it. But that's just an option, you know? We don't have to do that. Go for it.
Vulcan raises an eyebrow before letting it fall back down and says, if there's nothing else, I have work to be done. If you want to purchase my services, we can negotiate further. But beyond that, there are orders to fill.
I'm good.
Purchase the services of a fucking god of the forge. I have 5 fucking gold. Do you think I can get a grandson discount?
You already have the magic hammer.
Fuck no! This is already weird enough for me. A big ass lion man, who's son of a fucking god, who's apparently son of dwarf.
A dwarf.
Vulcan's still a god. He's just a dwarf god.
Who's my grandfather?
This is true.
You know what? It kind of makes sense as to why I'm a lion now, because this doesn't make any sense to begin with. It's like, what happens when the son of a dwarven god, who is more a human god, fucks a mortal woman? You get whatever the fuck I am.
Oh, that's good. He thinks his mother is human. Cute.
Jenny, I have a confession to make. I'm actually a horse. Oh my god, you're a horse? I actually have another confession to make. I'm a broom.
I suddenly had Curse of Strahd flashbacks.
Alright, the brooms.
The fucking brooms.
The fucking broom.
I mean, I think we're set. I don't want to bother Vulcan anymore. I just wanted to see the scene.
I have nothing to add.
Quick, terse, and to the point. Yeah, Hyloch, you nailed my grandpa, by the way. Congrats. And height, which was not a coincidence.
Oh, fantastic. I'm glad I could have.
This was like weirdly accurate. It's disturbing me.
My grandpa was not a smith, but he was weirdly into pocket knives to the point where he sold one, sold me one, and 2 of my high school friends one. So I channeled him slightly.
Not bad. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Okay. You guys can depart from the forge. You are standing in the middle of Astoria, next to Vulcan's Hall. He gave you mention of... he mentioned briefly the Dragontooth Inn, but beyond that, Rob and Horus are likely going to be finished soon, and can likely meet you guys back up at the King's Palace. And, or you can traverse the world, or you can just get in a boat and say fuck it, or you can do what you want. What sounds good, guys?
We should regroup.
We should regroup and then go do the thing we said we were going to do. Honestly, my focus is probably immediately back on Rob the moment he's back in town.
Yeah.
You're so fixated on Rob all of a sudden.
Because we need to
Arena's
leave.
feeling left out.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying he's oddly. It's just overtly looking at Rob. Hell, Horse looks good to Orina any day. At least she's human.
Arena, when Leonius says he wants to eat somebody, it's not in the way you're thinking, I think.
No, I understand you have a grievance, but she's not sure why.
That's the fun part.
You guys return toward the king's palace in that case. You're entering in through the front door only a brief moment before Rob starts making his way back from the street. Horace seemed enthused about all the information you gave him and happily accepted it and the packet of information you gave him. He didn't quite push you out the door, but he did make mention that there are matters to be hurried to and assumed you had your own, and took the packet with him with the promise that he would give it a greater look with his fellows and in order to train the men, or in order to inform the retainers he brings with him to this matter. If that all flies with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for clarification, the packet that he had prepared includes a full account of what happened while they were down there, in Demetria's domain, and the full summary of the interviews that he had with each of the victims, Bophius, Jarius, and Lemuria.
Okay.
Just as a summary, so that they know what to expect about the mushrooms, about each of the enemies and what they tend to do, and the slime things in the pool that when we walked by. It's a very detailed report, as Rabot is wont to do. Which is why I kind of jokingly said it was like 200 pages.
No, I got you. Understood.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm just making sure I write down that he's been informed of the premise ahead of time, and I'll give him advantage on his rolls. Okay.
Yeah. Please don't put this off for too long, Horace. It is of great concern to me, and I do appreciate this. With this, we are free. I am free to continue on with the prophesized demands put before me.
Horace nods respectively before his smile returns and says, I understand, brother.
Oh, and tell the miners I said hi, and he'll take out 4 or 5 gold and buy them each a pint on me. And he'll put the gold in Horace's hand.
Horace takes it warmly and says, I will. Thank you. They'll be happy to hear from you. And you make sure to keep in touch. Let me know how the excursion in the mines go when you're finished, and where you're going to next.
Absolutely. Well, farewell, Horse. I must regroup with my allies.
Fantastic. I'll be seeing you, brother. With that, you depart. Yep. And you head your way back to the king's palace, coincidentally entering in at roughly the same time as the others, making it quite easy to catch back up with everyone. They seem slightly shell-shocked, it seems like.
Well, the business with the good news, the business with Demetrius is considered handled. I have full trust in my brother. Now then, how did things go with Vulcan, and why do you all look like you've seen death? Oh, big guy, bring it in, big guy. Here, come on, tell me all about it. Bring it in.
I will eat your fucking nose if you touch me.
Okay. But seriously, what's wrong?
My grandfather's a dwarf.
No, it's still entertaining the second time.
Well, I mean, yes, I mean, yes, of course he's a dwarf. Did you not know that Vulcan was a dwarf?
No, I didn't!
But he's your grandfather. How do you not know this?
I also didn't know my father was a drunken lush either.
You didn't know that Pythor has had qualms with alcohol?
Do I look like someone that knows of gods? I came from a fishing village. I don't even have a rudimentary grasp of what manners are. No, I am unaware of these facts.
You didn't grow up in Astoria being trained under Pythor?
You know, I thought that if I ever caught you with my sister, I was going to go right for the jugular. I think with you, though, I'm just going to work my way from the shoulder in.
Wait, your sister... Oh my god, she is your sister, isn't she?
Yeah, Rob.
Ah. Noted. So, which fishing village did you grow up in?
Not important. Moving on.
Very well. Okay, fine. Very well then. So, did you learn any valuable information about the Mithril Mines?
Fuck.
Curiosity, how skilled are you with, I believe, devils and hounds?
Quite. We will need silvered weapons if we are to do combat with them. As a paladin, I would be remiss if I did not know my ways around devils or evil hounds and such cursed monsters. Some of them may be allergic to the holy lights and divine smites of the paladins of the order, though not all of them. We will also need to watch out for fire. And we should do well to not use fire against them. Those are very wise words, yes. Avoid fire.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
Which one?
Yes!
Could we avoid fire on our way there?
Most certainly, so long as we are careful.
Good, let's do that. Let's go.
Okay, but we should probably see to silvering our weapons first.
I look at my lack of weapons. I'm fine.
No, well, yes.
I look at my
course,
god hammer.
And you are fine as well. But
This was my
I myself, I am going to require a blacksmith. In fact, let me go see to Vulcan really quick.
Rob, we don't all come from money. He's going to charge us an arm and a leg.
Well, it doesn't cost too much to add a silver, what is it called again? There's a method for it in D&D where you get your weapons silvered and add a silvered edge to it.
It's called silvering.
Yeah,
it's
silvering.
Like 100.
Is it really 100 gold?
I think
it's a lot of money.
It's
a lot of money.
We don't have that kind of money.
Yes, you are right.
Any kind of money.
Although
what money?
There might be various parties interested in the freeing of the Mithril Mines. Did he by chance give you any clues as to people who might be interested in such a thing?
There's a contingent of dwarves by the Dragon Tooth, but he
then to
pretty
the
much
Dragon
told us
Tooth...
to send word once it's complete, once the deed is done.
I see. Well, I think we should pay the Dragon Tooth a visit too, then, and set out forthwith.
I hate all this bureaucracy, by the way. This is pointless.
What? The prophecy is pointless?
Bureaucracy, Rob.
The bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Yes, sorry. I misheard. Yes, bureaucracy can indeed be tedious. It gets in the way of justice frequently. So we make our way to the Dragon Tooth?
Is there any purpose of going there other than just letting them know, hey, we're going there?
Because we might be able to get them to pay us, as Vulcan said.
Wait, he said they were going to pay us?
Yeah. Were you guys
never said anything about pay?
Yeah, he did. He totally did. Hyloch, back me up here.
Vulcan gave an indication that if you were to go to the dwarves at the Dragon Tooth, that they would pay you in either goodwill or something else.
Yeah.
It
maybe
wasn't
pay
specified coins, but that is probably on the table.
Maybe pay you in a silvered weapon that would help you do the thing that they want you to do.
Out of curiosity, why do you think silver does anything against demons?
Doesn't it?
No.
Not specifically. That's usually werewolves.
It's only for lycanthropes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I must be thinking of a different edition of D&D.
Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. No, hold up. I do remember some. It's usually just werewolves. Werewolves are like really nasty with it. I swear.
There's nothing. Demons are nothing against silver.
No, I'm thinking about like specters and ghosts at the moment.
Do they have immunity to non-magic weapons? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Some do.
Slashing
Yes,
from
some.
new magical attacks.
Not all.
I mean,
For the most part, fiends, it depends based on the fiend.
Yeah.
Do you need silvered weapons to be able to even hurt them? I remember specifically that there are beings that if you don't have a magical weapon, you at least have to have a silvered weapon to hurt them.
Rules as written, technically you can't do damage to a werewolf unless it's silver, which a lot of people say is bullshit, so we look over that rule. But silver only applies to werewolves in 5th edition.
He's not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, demons and fiends, I would think holy water would have more of an impact than anything else.
That's radiant, though.
I'll be damned. Yeah, I'm looking over them now. Yeah, they don't have immunity to non-magic weapons.
We shouldn't be looking at those things regardless.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I'm just looking at demons in general in a monster guide.
Anyways.
Yeah.
To clarify, because there is enough. There are some fiends that are affected by silver, so there is an understanding for the rumor behind it. Demons are not the fiends that are.
Right. Okay.
But there is an understanding behind the rumor behind it. Silver has a sort of connotation for purifying.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Whether or not that helps you is up for debate and depends on what you guys actually encounter. But whether or not the dwarves Dragon Tooth give you silver weapons is also debatable.
Yeah. I mean, Vulcan mentioned it to us, so I figure it's worth following up at the very least.
Fair. It's one less thing you guys can do within Astoria if you so choose to do so.
Yeah, sure. I would say let's go down to Dragon Tooth, see what we can drum up.
Okay.
I wish I had shape water.
Well, shape water.
Shape water? Did somebody say shape water? I had shape water.
Water bend that holy water.
I water bend holy water, yes.
There you go.
So you guys make your way back over past Vulcan's Hall onto Dragon's Tooth. And I'm just now realizing that you probably are looking at a blank map without the labels on it, aren't you?
I'm looking at a black square, actually. Funny enough.
It's all black.
I was too, but my map has labels on it, so I refreshed to...
It's all... Hold on. Okay. I have only just now realized that is probably the case for you guys, and I apologize.
Well, we haven't needed it so far, but yeah.
Yeah.
That is fair.
I can make holy water.
Yeah, you're a paladin.
The only issue is the spell component.
Yeah, 25 GP worth of silver, which I actually do have.
I could probably go to
it would only be one vial.
I mean, is there we could go to the shrine and get some.
Yeah, that's true. We could go to the shrine. They might owe us for getting their horn back. They might be willing to give us some holy water. That'd be cool.
There's also the point where we may not even come across devils and hounds.
That's true too, but better to be prepared than not.
Okay. You guys return to the main, the center of the city, past Vulcan's Hall, onto the Dragon's Tooth. One of you has been here before, I believe. Rob, you spoke to both the owner and one of the servers for a brief moment before being asked to leave by the server, not the owner.
I did.
You return to Dragon's Tooth to find that here in this still early morning, relatively speaking, it seems to not be quite full to the brim, but there are definitely people that are here simply for a hearty meal, as well as a small pint. Few people have sequestered themselves in booths, talking here and there, some people recovering from the celebration of yesterday. There is also... taking notice to scan the interior for a particular group of people that you guys were informed of. You do see a small band of dwarves, about 5 in number, old, wrinkled. These are dwarves that are the age is finally beginning to show on them. That old. White-haired. They have sequestered themselves into one of the booths and have made a small meal with hearty pints. They seem to be jabbering about something in Dwarvish. It's unclear what at this distance, or for those of you that don't speak Dwarven.
I speak Dwarven.
You speak Dwarven.
Yeah. I speak Dwarven. It's part of his history because a lot of our miners and the mines are dwarves. So Reboot speaks Dwarven.
Yeah, it's racist.
Yep.
Does anybody else speak Dwarven before I speak?
No.
Don't think so.
Darius, good? Is in his blood?
Yeah.
Nope, I know Elvish.
They are conversing in Dwarven about the hardships currently being faced by the city, mainly that the copper mines seem to be slowly dwindling, and it's becoming an issue at this point.
Excuse me?
Oh.
This has suddenly become extraordinarily pertinent to Reboot's interest. Reboot will, in Dwarven, walk up to them and greet them in Dwarven. Hail, friendly mountain folk. I could not help but overhear your rather distressing conversation. Can I buy you a pint? Can I buy you guys around real quick? And may I be let in on said conversation?
They're one in the back, most likely the eldest as far as you can determine, takes a second to eye your companions, before gesturing for you guys to pull up a table if you care to, or even just chairs, and saying, if you're buying a pint, sure, that is fine. Responding in a slightly accented, heavily accented common.
Sure. Bartender, next round for these fine fellows over here is on me. I will call out. I'll pull up a chair to their table and talk with them. My woes are actually much more in sync with yours. I'm Reboot Gilliman of the Gilliman family mines. The copper mines are going dry, you say?
I would think you'd be aware if you're one of the Gillimans.
I've been away on business, and I became a paladin, and I've been away for some time. I had no idea, though. This is troubling news indeed, and actually pertinent to the reason that me and my fellows are here. If you'll give me a moment, I think I might have a proposal for you lads.
Are you saying I'm sorry, Blue, are you saying that you have an offer for them or for your companions?
I have an offer for them from myself and my companions.
I see. Are you still speaking in Dwarven, or have you gone back to Common?
No, I'm speaking in honored Dwarven to them.
Okay.
Am I getting signed up for something in a language I don't understand? Wait, what?
You're literally already signed up for the thing that I am offering our services.
The dwarf takes a second to eye his fellows. There's some silent glances shared here, likely silent words as well. Before the one that seems to be taking the lead as the speaker says, What could you be offering?
Gentlemen, I mean to reopen the mithril mines. I mean to drive out the infestation that has haunted that place for far too long. I mean to restart the forges in the bowels of that mountain and see it as an economic paradise once more. Firmly in the hands of the dwarves, as it belongs.
The word seems to draw some interested looks from everyone at the table. Well, from all the dwarves at the table. Glances are shared. There's bits of dwarven dashed, said too quickly. A few that are not said too quickly, or not to anyone in particular, are a few blessings or prayers. The one that's still speaking says, "That would be a great boon, but it's not something we could pay for. Nothing we could. That's not something we could ask for."
I'm not asking for any form of direct payment. I'm simply asking that you incorporate and include Gilliman family mines in with the reopening of the Mithril Forges. Let us be a part of it.
The Gillimans. He takes a second to say the name, running a hand over a too long beard. Before saying, "If this is done, I'm sure a partnership could be arranged."
Excellent. And the second thing that I would ask of you is any form of information, maps, layouts, anything that you can give us to help speed up the process of delivering the beasts from their ways would be of great service to us. Is there anything you can offer to give us the leg up?
He takes a second to think about it before saying, I don't know what still exists there, but the tunnels once extended far into the mountain. If they still exist, don't follow them. Stay with worked stone. The forge was in the lower levels. It wasn't that large of a outpost when we first had it. It didn't need to be. So as long as you stay with worked stone, you're likely not to get lost.
Very well. Stay with the worked stone. I can see that. Might there be any form of weaponry or arms about in there that we might use against the devilish quarry? Not to keep for ourselves, mind you. I would not dream of pillaging your well-earned stores, but so long as they're there and we might make use of a good edge, well, there it is. Any armories that we might make use of?
There once were armor and weapons aplenty, but even if the mines haven't been retaken, I can't say what is left, what hasn't been destroyed, what hasn't been stolen by a lucky robber. What's there you can use. It's not ours to give anymore. But, yeah.
I see. Yeah. I see. And is there anything that you can tell us about any of the devils that might be in charge? Do they have any sort of leadership, or did they when they initially invaded? Anything at all that you can remember about their dirty tactics, or anything that might seem benign to you, but I guarantee it could be useful information to us.
It was, He takes a second to look at one of his fellows, and another one, understanding the question, shivers slightly at a memory before the speaker continues. I don't think there could be anything that could help you in our memory. It was a mad dash to leave teeth and claws everywhere. It was a horde that welled up out of the ground. It's not something you can truly prepare for.
Of course, that is beyond understanding. Well, your generosity and your aid have helped us quite a bit in our endeavor. And if the fates are with us, then before the year is out, hopefully much sooner than that, the mithril mines will reopen, and Astoria and the dwarves will have a well and true secure source of income and a bright future.
There's a few glances once again shared across the table before they all nod. The leader nods and says, "Aye, so shall it be."
Aye. Well, brothers of the mine, to the future.
With that, they give it's not a hearty cheer in their age, but there is a respectful lifting of mugs before a long draught is taken from each of them.
All right. With that, Gilliman will turn to his fellows. I believe I have secured us some information that may be of use to us. We have full permission to make use of any arms and armors that we might find there. And in a mithril mine, although there may have been pillaging along the way, mithril weapon and armor could go a long way to help us defeating these demons. And with that, I believe we can now take our leave. Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. And he'll leave a few gold for their next round. Adjusting my gold.
Your gift is taken respectively, and they waste no time.
Sure.
Was there anything else here, guys?
No, I'm good.
Good.
Cool.
Yep, I'm good.
Meow.
As this motley crew begins to make its way out of the Dragon's Tooth, you guys get a few steps out the door before a clearing of the throat is heard behind you. Older, one of the dwarves from the table, actually, one of the ones from the side that didn't speak up, has wobbled his way out, cane in hand, towards your group and calls out, brings you guys closer if he can, and says in common, your foray into the mine, if you are to recover any of the dwarven skulls that were left behind by those still fleeing, the Bronze Boot clan would pay 10 gold per. They need to be put to rights.
It would be an honor to recover any that we find, good sir, and your offer is most generous.
Oh god, is this how I meet my great-grandfather?
Nodding his head once, the dwarf, likely a member of the Bronze Boot clan, turns his head back towards the door and heads back in to see his fellows.
Wonder how Leonius would react if his great-great-grandfather actually was an elf.
At this point, it wouldn't even shock me. It really wouldn't.
At some point we will find out, I guess.
See, that was his grandmother.
That was my grandfather then. A dragon?
I mean,
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Raina just pops a look over to Leona. I hope not.
Anything is possible.
Let me go to the mines now. I feel like I need to kill something.
Can we
Yes,
please
of
leave the
course.
city?
Yep. We've got. Let's see. I've got good amount of rations marked down. So yeah. Rob's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did we want to stop by the temple to see if we can beggar some holy water off them?
Holy water is 2d6 damage if you hit improvised weapon. Is not worth it.
Okay, fair. All right, let's go then.
Okay. Having had your fill of the city, you guys take to the road and begin heading north out of the east gate. I am just double checking myself before I speak out of turn. It is going to be some time to approach. Okay. A day in between.
Okay.
Let me jump you guys back to Heartlands. Can you guys see the Heartlands map now that I'm thinking about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure that I'm not being mistaken anymore. I'm not trying to show you black screens. I mean, we're using theater of the mind a lot, but
yeah it's fine.
I can't tell those are pecs or tits on this spawn here.
Yes.
Yes.
Why not both?
Oh god,
¿Por qué no los
centaur.
dos?
Hey, nice.
Okay. It is presently 8:45. How about we take a 10-minute break, bathrooms, food, whatever people care for, and reconvene.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds
Sounds
great.
good?
Alrighty.
Yep.
I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be right back too.
Likewise.
Oh. Nice.
You can end up with some really interesting characters in Call of Cthulhu, apparently. Goodness. Old obscure. Okay. Appearance or dex.
Is that my package?
It's the peacock.
Okay, I was gonna say because I see it says it was delivered today.
It's the peacock.
And what were the rules again? Margin of 75 to 85.
I was just checking it out.
Interesting.
Oh, that's very nice.
And
That is going to be fun to do.
Curious.
I would let it unroll.
Yeah, I don't count. It kind of just rolls it back on its own.
Straighten that one out.
What is curious more?
Oh, hey. So I was looking through the character rules again, and you said that we roll
Here's tank. Stick it under
3
his tank.
sets that are equal
just
to
roll in the back.
75 through 80.
Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. I'm just going through the numbers I'm seeing here. Just wondering what works with it.
That works with
At the
what now?
same time, though, I was also looking at Call of Cthulhu numbers, and if you decide to roll, you end up with some wild characteristics.
I haven't made a Call of Cthulhu character. It always seemed like something I'd want to try, but never got into. Also, it's a lot easier to roll for the stats within margins in Discord rather than Roll20. I don't know if that's what you're doing, but just in case.
Oh no, I put in the bot spam 2 chat.
Oh, there you go.
So I got a 79, a 75, and a 76. I see a 7, and I'm very happy to see that.
Interesting.
I was looking more for low numbers, but oh well. Oh, Hyloch, so you said that people that had magic from their world, when they come into this one, they lose the ability to use their magic, right?
Well, I think it was the ability to having to deal with outside gods more than anything.
So the weave is still an Odyssey thing.
I don't want to speak out of turn, so I would like to give the player's handbook a brief glance just to make sure. But I believe, no matter what level you're at when you originally come in, you are stripped of most anything and everything down to level 1, whether that be through arcane, divine, or something to that effect.
Okay, so no matter what character I bring in, they would have had enough time to get acquainted with the way things work around here.
Yes, yeah, you would have an idea of, like, if you were to use the Lost as a character arc, you would have an idea of the way the world is currently. Like, it'd be as if you were just introduced to, like, there are gods, which most characters would be familiar with, but now they're walking the world, which seems like a problem. There's some sort of prophecy that you're being roped into, and something to that effect. Though, if you're speaking of a secondary character, I would probably have to talk to you or anybody else about prophecy, because you could be included, but it's something to work on. Let's see where I think the world is supposed to have. Yeah, here it is. In the centuries before the founding of Mithril, mortals have no domain on the untamed lands of Thalia. When elves, dwarves, humans, and whoever else washed upon Thalia's shores, their weapons failed them, their magic ceased to work, and they were forsaken by their gods.
That's what I remember.
Everything broke.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that reminds me. Hey, Hyloch, can I get a spare character sheet for reasons?
Yes.
Yeah.
We all have reasons to want to create a different character at some point.
I'm good.
No,
I'm good for now too. I don't foresee Reboot dying, but
yeah, but I mean,
could happen.
There's
not
also
necessarily dying. It was more so there might have been some conflict between Rob and Gaia there. We didn't get her to take on that little side quest because she wasn't gonna go. She had no intention of following you.
Oh, absolutely. Completely understandable. Yeah.
In my case, Hyloch can attest that my backstory is ridiculous to the point of being kind of poorly written. So I'm like, I kind of want to get away from that.
It's not ridiculous. It's just
contrived.
I wouldn't even say that much. But it all depends on what we want to use from it.
Fair.
Which is true for everyone. I'm trying to bring up elements of everybody's backstory. Some will take longer than others, of course, for those of you who are on the lookout for their own.
I think you've done an absolutely fantastic job so far, and I can't believe you actually found like an old school Horus picture to use like that. That was freaking amazing. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, some locations are easier to tie to certain characters' backstories than others. Like Astoria is easy to tie into both Leonis and Robutos.
Yeah.
And other locations will be easier for others.
Sure. So now that we have a minute before we get back to it, I don't know if this is appropriate for me to ask, but at this point, is Rabot still on the path of the gifted one? Or has the fact that he's Thydon's grandkid completely thrown that off? Because I'm fine if it is. I'm just curious.
You are double check epic pass.
Aren't you the grandson because you're the gifted one?
Well, the gifted one doesn't really have anything to do with being.
Right, I should maybe take a look at those
most
backgrounds.
people assume that you have divine blood flowing through your veins. It just didn't turn out to be the divine blood that I didn't think it would be, I guess. Now that I'm looking at it again, I don't know. I haven't looked at this in months. All I really remember from the Gifted One path is that eventually I need to find a dragon egg.
Yeah.
I would offer for anybody that's also interested in this, when you chose your paths, you chose more than you realized. There was a lot of backdoor stuff that only I'm aware of attached to each well, me and Eclipse, of course, attached to each of the epic paths. So when you chose what you did, you got a summary on paper, but there was a lot more tied to it as well.
Okay.
So,
that's cool.
Out of curiosity, would it be easier for you if I didn't swap character then? Because I don't want to make things complicated for you.
That if anybody feels as though they would like to swap their character, that is not an issue. I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy to work with you on it. There will be a bit of hoop jumping, I think, as your new character probably wouldn't be tied intimately with prophecy. But, I mean, even the original Dragon Lords had people that are well known, like the wizard Damien, who was not a member of the Dragon Lords, who was not a member of their prophecy, that served them well, long, and strong. But if you definitely want to be included back in the prophecy, that's something we'd have to talk more about. But
okay.
Yeah, not an issue if people want to switch characters. Just let me know. If everybody switches, we'll work.
That'll be much.
I mean, it's an option. I don't expect everyone wants to switch, but if you guys do, let me know.
I certainly don't. I'm extremely happy playing Rob. I've never quite played a paladin who was this much of a paladin before.
And to more answer the original question, you are still Rob is still on the Gifted One path. There is still the ideal of him eventually becoming a Dragon Lord.
Okay, cool.
Is it bad that I forgot what mine was?
Here's a question, Hyloch.
I put mine in my character sheet, Jen. Come on.
No, I know. It's just I have it in my thing here, so.
Yes, more.
A part of me was briefly considering Warlock Fathomless. Problem is, I don't like the idea of it just being connected to, say, it talks about being connected to the elemental plane of water and the creatures in it, but everything is flavored around Kraken. I was thinking like Ghost Ship. Is there anything for that? Like, it might even be a different path. It just always bothered me that Fathomless is exclusively Kraken. And I'm like, why? Why though?
A Fathomless Warlock, you say? Why?
No.
You could name
No.
Well, I mean, again, I don't want to play one that's devoted to a Kraken. I would play a great old one if I really wanted to play anything Cthulhu related. The issue is, Fathomless talks about the water, elemental plane of water, and the denizens within, but everything is flavored for Kraken instead of, like, say, Leviathan. It really looks like there's only one option, and I'm just like, I don't like that.
It is flavored to be very tentacly, isn't it?
If you are set on choosing the Warlock Fathoms, we could talk about how to reflavor things accurately.
Okay.
If you're not set on Warlock Fathoms and simply like the ideal of a ghost ship or tied to ghosts and ships and pirates and all that.
It's really that part that I'm interested in. Like, Fathomless was just a pet peeve of mine.
Then we could absolutely talk further about what other options could be reflavored. I know off the top of my head, I have I was in a fraternity. One of my fraternity brothers is running an off and on again game here and there. He let me toss in a character that is a ranger hive keeper, warforged actually. But I've reflavored the hive to be dead pirate mates. So when when the hive pulls people in, it's a grapple hook that pulls them in. It's pirates firing the cannons for extra damage because he's a warforged, so he is the ship.
That's actually hilarious.
That is cool. I love it.
This is my warforged galleon. Please love him.
I do love him.
I love the name. That is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
I love him already.
If you are not dedicated to Warlock Fathoms, we can absolutely explore other options. It doesn't have to be Ranger or Hive Keeper. That can be tied to ghost ships.
Actually, how would do you think Phantom Rogue would work with that theme then?
Phantom.
Because its whole thing is like collecting souls of the dead.
Let's see. There's the Great Old One, Undead, Undying, Raven Queen.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even have to be Warlock. Like, I say Warlock as occupation, not class, so to speak.
I gotcha. Let's see. If you're looking for something dead pirate ship related, and are you dead set on a spellcaster?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Taking a look at it, Rogue Phantom does have a lot of, like you said, dead inspirations. We could easily twist that to be pirates and seafaring and such. Like you could even take Sailor as your backstory and help tie in more and yada yada yada. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you like. Rogue Phantom seems like a pretty good choice for tying it to pirates or ghost ships and such.
It doesn't sound as fun as Galleon, though.
I mean, if you want, I can show you how to build a galleon, but
no, he's your character. I wouldn't want to impose like that.
I mean, if you really want into it, I would throw out Swashbuckler.
That's the easy choice, though. Everyone goes Swashbuckler.
It is the easy choice, isn't it?
It's food for thought. If you have any more, feel free to get back to me. But
okay.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm more than happy to accommodate everyone with what they want to play. I try to tie everybody together. If it takes a bit longer because switches or because how things work out, I apologize. But I just trying to make sure everybody has fun.
Yeah, sure. Let's see.
And again, I don't mean to overcomplicate everything for you and Eclipse in regards to changing. It's just, the more I think about Palace, the more I'm kind of displeased with how I wrote him.
Yeah, it's understandable. Everybody gets a lemon every once in a while.
Oh, wow. That's true.
Lemons are delicious, though.
That depends. How much sugar do you put on them?
None. You eat a lemon raw. And
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Good
God. You sprinkle a little salt on them. Actually, that's how you eat a lemon.
That's how my mom likes to eat mangoes. Sour mangoes. Dip it in a bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah, right. There you go. See, she is a lady of culture.
Well, she's Thai, so.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, you could always put tahini on a mango too. So I mean.
I'm just reminded that I used to eat onion stalks and salt as a snack in Florida.
What? Oh, yummy! I love that.
I don't think I've ever tried that. Like, is it raw onion stalks, or are we talking like you saute them?
No, it's raw. It's like little the little white bulbs.
Oh, the scallions, like the green onions.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, they're long, slender. They have long green stems on them.
That sounds right.
Yeah, the green onions. Or scallions.
I think you're right. I've never been great on food things. Whatever. D&D is my passion. That's really the only thing I'm knowledgeable about.
That makes sense.
Okay. Let's see. It's already 9, so I'm going to jump us a little ahead because I'd like us to get well, hold on. Okay. I think I mentioned that there was going to be at least a day in between the travel from the city of Astoria up to the Mithril Forge.
Sure.
Let's see. You have to follow an abandoned road through the steppes, getting your way past the Great Falls of Archelon. This long, abandoned road is rocky and overgrown with roots and thorny shrubs. It winds westward along the granite cliffs of the Eastorian tributary. North of the roads are expansive steeps, and beyond that, hazy blue mountains. The sky is gray and cold by day, but at night, the clouds withdraw to reveal a blanket of stars. It is in this peaceful moment of dusk and twilight that you guys are beginning to make camp, beginning to set out your supplies, maybe start a small fire if you care to, and get prepared for a night on hard ground after a few days in the warm city of comforts that is Astoria. It is in this moment where you are unfortunately interrupted as a thunder hooves can be heard from the north, the direction you're going. You can see a dozen mountain men riding in your direction. The riders wear bronze helmets, and they carry long pikes tied with flowing scarlet ribbons. As the riders draw closer, here in this darkened hour, you can realize that they aren't riders at all, but centaurs, unfortunately. Nomadic warriors with the torsos of men and lower bodies of horses.
Here we go again.
They begin to draw closer. They don't seem to be dead set on your camp, but they seem intent to ride past. But as they draw closer, there is notice taken from them to you, as you all are a rather large group, and it's difficult to hide out here in the steep.
Sure.
They disembark from their apparent course of travel, and near your party, near your camp, one, what seems to be likely the leader of this small band, steps forward, a hoof stamping against the ground briefly as he snorts, looking over the rest of you, looking over your band, and says, "What brings you all out here?"
Our business is our own.
Is that so?
It is.
He takes a moment to eye your party once more, and glance towards fellows. He pauses again, looking towards you all, and you see him gripping the pike tighter before he begins to lower it, as though the fight is slowly going out of him. The weapon dips to the ground, and he says, "Have you seen any other centaurs here? 2 small ones?"
No.
No,
I don't think we have, right?
not yet. Are there?
Yeah.
No.
To my knowledge.
I always assume centaurs come out fully grown.
No,
Oh.
they do not. Are they missing children?
There are 2 of our fellows missing. We think they came in this direction north here to the caves.
Well, when you said small, I was assuming child.
Yes.
You haven't seen them yet, but we'll keep an eye out.
We do come across them. Should we send them somewhere in particular?
He takes a moment to pause before lowering a hand to a belt, which has a few ornaments placed here and there. One of which is an ivory horn. He trots forward, weapon still lowered, obviously not intending harm, but nearing you all the same. Or getting close all the same.
I'll approach him without my weapon drawn.
Okay. He hands over the horn and says, "If you find our kin, you can blow this horn along the river, and send word.
Blow the horn along the river. Noted.
I would be cautious in this area. There are troglodytes in the caves.
Troglodytes. Thank you. That is useful information indeed.
With the horn handed over, he takes a few steps back, which is difficult as a horse, before turning towards his fellows fully, giving you his back, and moving along to his group, which begin their ride, if not stopped, continue their ride a bit further on southwards.
Peace be with you.
I'm sad
though
now.
there is
I was
nothing.
hoping for a fight.
Be honest.
What?
Chill out.
I've had a bad week. I'm allowed.
Go find a woman or something, or whatever you felt was due. Evidently, your
I
family
found
has
a pack of
has no-
centaurs to fight, and they didn't want to fight. So I already missed my opportunity.
That was curious, indeed. Especially given the siege of Astoria nearby.
2 of their fellow ones missing. Not like the centaurs to disband from each other.
Not like them at all. Something is amiss here.
Do you think they... Like I said, I thought they were referring to children when they said small ones.
Yes, they most likely are, but centaur children are not wont to lurk far from the pack. I think an abduction might have taken place, but who would be so foolish as to abduct centaur children, and for what purpose?
Troglodytes don't have any real... well, they would, but not like any specific purpose other than just their own, feed and foster and stuff like that. Natural instinct to feed.
True. Well, it's something to keep an eye out for. I'll keep hold of the horn and blow it by the river should we see anything. For now.
I'll keep an eye on tracks.
Thank you.
Ubo, circle ahead. See if you can see anything from above.
Love that bird. Love it so much.
If you were an Amazon, you could have one.
If only. All right, so we'll retire for the rest of the evening, I guess, and continue on at morning.
I'll tell Bubo that if he finds anything to flap his wing at me to wake me up.
Slap you with his wing. Just wake up.
It's metal, so it's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting a little.
So is this a move down?
The night passes with peace. Unfortunately, Bubo doesn't seem to locate anything that would give you the idea of where the centaur children have gone off to, either due to the late hour or the Great Archon Falls not far from you. Any evidence of where they have gone presently is unknown. The morning finds you guys peacefully. Camp is put back together, supplies gathered, and you can continue further north, not hitting towards the falls themselves. I'll show you these.
Nice.
Ready.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, Crocker, would you look at that now? Isn't she a beauty?
Yeah.
That is actually gorgeous, like legitimately though.
Yeah.
That one tree right there in the midsection, boy, he is holding on for dear life. He is living treacherously.
Is this actually from the module, Hyloch?
Yes, there are mood images which I can deign to share with you, but like I mentioned before, this thing is oddly organized in Roll20, and I often forget they're there as they're positioned way away from the actual chapter they're related to. So I apologize.
Okay. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. No. Yeah, because damn, I don't know who this artist is, but they're fucking fantastic. I like this.
For instance, this was the Mossy Temple.
Oh,
yeah, there's gonna be one for the Forge too.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
cool.
That is pretty.
His brother.
And they really had a good artist for this module.
All right. What's that out? This rocky promontory looks out over a spectacular vista dominated by the great falls of Archelon. The river cascades over a sheer cliff and roars into a vast semicircular lake, throwing up a white mist. The great falls are almost beyond description. It's as if an entire ocean has spilled over the edge of the world, and you stand marveling at the space beyond. You have never seen anything so grand. The sound of rushing water is almost deafening, and the light of the fading of the morning day gleams across the water like red gold. 4 massive statues of stone hands surround the lake. To the south, you can see the river snaking down from the mountains through the old woods, while the snow-capped Mithril Mountains dominate the western horizon. Making your way further along the path, a wooded path descends down to the misty riverbank, where, to unfortunate eyes, you can find the entrance to what should be the Mithril Mines, old, worn, and collapsed. It seems as though the main the main door, likely either due to the invasion, the fleeing, or something to that effect, has collapsed along the point. Digging your way through would likely take quite a while, but is viable. Around you, you can see that the lake itself seems to be, as I mentioned before, flanked by 4 massive statues of hands, 2 per side. Though they give no indication of what they're supposed to represent.
Fuck.
Fuck indeed.
Any ideas?
Caved in. Like, how bad of a cave in? Like, no idea how far it goes back to or from the entrance back, or just like one massive rock just dislodged and it's the one thing blocking any real entryway.
Like, no far idea how back this goes.
Crap.
Well, both options now give us, basically, we're doing it all day and hope that we find something at this point. Do we start digging or do we start looking for another one?
Another fort.
No, another entrance, jackass. Sorry. Let's go find another Mithril mine tied to our backstories and prophecy and bullshit. Yeah, because those are all over the place.
Let's go find another one.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, there's one right to the left of it. See? And it's even open. There's dwarves in it already. Oh, perfect. We'll just use this one.
The Myth is Forge, you know? The sister location.
Yeah. Why is it just plastered over, what does it say? Tomb of Horrors.
God, I love the idea of horrors. You don't understand. You don't.
It's a fun idea, but really poorly written.
Yes.
I'm just waiting for the skeletal middle finger.
No, you don't understand. I can say this because we've done it, but the idea is that it is intentionally poorly written.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Because the guy, the lich behind it, like, you guys know the idea of why Wizards of the Coast exists, right? Like, the lore idea of why they exist.
Yeah, they're like Dungeons and Dragons is Wizards of the Coast. The company is actually owned by the actual wizards in the game.
Somewhat, yes. The idea is that the reason they're called Wizards of the Coast, and the lore reason as to why they actually exist and are the ones that publish the books, is that the dimension hopping wizards, Morden, Canaan, Elminster, all those big shots, cross the boundaries of the world and come to ours and speak their tales to a few, which then relate the tales to the others. So they are the wizards along the coast.
They are the wizards of the coast. Yes.
There are some select powerful beings in the Faerun that are aware of this, like aware that there is another world that's invading slightly by having characters intervened into the world. And one of those is the Lich of the Tomb of Horrors. What's his name? Azrak. He's aware of it. So he has set multiple tombs in different worlds and it purposely makes them difficult, annoying, and awful for people to try to do because he doesn't want his tomb invaded by outsiders.
Nope.
That is hilarious, and I love it.
So Azrak is literally just the psychological culmination of every bad DM?
He doesn't hate people, he hates players.
God.
And he knows you're there, so he makes it hard on you.
Well, that explains the instant death traps and the bullshit.
What a player hater.
That is crappy monologuing, God.
I'm sorry, this is completely off tangent.
It's
lore that I've always
it's fun
enjoyed.
trivia, though.
Yeah.
The more you know about Dungeons and Dragons, kids.
Trivia with Hyloch.
So this is a caved-in mine, right?
This is a collapsed entrance. You're not sure how far back this goes. If it encompasses the entire mine, that's hopefully unlikely, but it is at least at the very moment a collapsed entrance.
Well, I would say that offhand, I would recommend that we divide our forces. Some looking for a different entrance and then to report back if they find one, and the rest of us to get to the backbreaking labor of moving all these god-awful heavy rocks.
I would say not divide the party.
Yes, there is that too. That is also a bad idea in general.
Or we could just let the druid do something. And
I'm just gonna point at the druid literally doing something.
Druid on a source.
I'm not doing anything.
You're not the other druid.
I don't think you can use a cantrip to...
I don't know, that's what I was checking. I was posting it for Hyloch. And
you can use it to loose earth.
5 foot at a time. I'm not gonna lie, that actually does sound like it would work.
I mean, you could you could use it to slowly undermine all the rocks, the soil out from under the rocks.
Exactly.
Kind of. And just essentially dig a big ditch for them to all settle into, and then they're out of the way.
And now we have a nice boulder fucking walkway in. I like it.
I mean, it might take some time to do, but...
It's a lot less time than it would take to move the boulders manually.
Yeah, I'm about to say, 5 feet every 6 seconds. I'll take that over Leonius and Rob literally just giving girls a show.
I mean, it's either that or shatter.
It's either that or shatter. Shatter was an option?
Shatter's an option. Shatter is the other option.
Okay.
Shatter is always an option.
Well, I guess then, do we want to go the very zen route of making a nice gravel pathway in, or do we want to say fuck it, go full Cobra Kai and use dynamite?
I mean, this is why I ask, because if Mold Earth isn't going to work, then Shatter is my option at this point.
I vote for Mold Earth, and I would also put forth the idea that maybe we send Bubo out in case this doesn't work, to see if he could scout for another entrance.
I can tell him. That would work. Bubo, fly away, see if there's any way in, and look and keep an eye on those tracks for those little kids.
Bubo is so useful. I love Bubo.
My only fear with Shatter is that it might cave the mine in further.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only other thing I was thinking about.
That was my only fear with that, is that, okay, Shatter might clear this cave in, but the rest of the mine is now...
Druid, you can turn into animal, can't you not?
You want to know why you come up with the decision?
Okay. So
Can a druid turn into an animal?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Why don't you turn into something tiny like a spider or a snake and go back and see how far it goes?
It's a cave in.
There's not every rock is going to fit like a puzzle piece. There's cracks and crevices to get in there.
Yeah, if something happens, I get stuck in there and die.
Yeah, he can only be in there for like, what, an hour? He has an hour to do all that?
Oh, it takes about 5 minutes to look down and see if it goes all the way back or if it's just right here.
That's assuming that every single puzzle piece that doesn't fit too well is not a completely like sealed off piece, and he doesn't just encounter a blockage.
Yeah, if that thing moves and crushes me there, I'm dead. So no, thank you. Send your bird if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll mold Earth to do anything.
Okay. So with Mold Earth and Shatter, starting off with the most unlikely, Shatter is possible, but I doubt. Like looking at this, you could cast Shatter. It would probably break apart some of the larger boulders, but it probably wouldn't destroy all of them. You're not sure how far back this goes. It also is likely to cause another cave-in.
That's my fear with that, yeah.
Mold Earth is more likely. It'll probably still take time because you can move the earth, but you're not sure how much rock you're going to actually have to move. Because you're looking at like what is possibly either the bottom, what is possibly the bottom of a cave-in. So if you start moving some of the boulders, some of the ones on top are going to start toppling down, that sort of thing. It is possible. It'll take time, depending on how far back it has to go. Like, I'd probably say over the course of 60 feet from what you're seeing, it probably will take about an hour of work.
Yeah.
And that's in addition to probably Rob and Leonis helping move some of the either heavier stuff or just helping stabilize stuff. So it is possible. Just takes time and probably all of your attention.
I say we should go look for another entrance.
Well,
it's just too much work.
Doing that. So I've got several Earth-based spells, but none of them kind of move rocks.
Like I said, we should look for another entrance.
Well, we've got Bubo doing that.
Yeah.
So you're going to thrust the whole thing into the bird finding it?
Yes. The bird is much faster and more agile than any of us. He can get around much quicker.
I mean, we have to trust the bird sometime, and, well...
He's his most trusted concern.
Although he is made of earthly metals, he's still reliable. Versus being an actual bird.
Being made of earthly metals just means he's a little bit tougher than an actual bird. Haha.
Well, yes.
I think he's actual being alive creature that I would trust.
I'm gonna look for a nice, comfortable shadow and sit and say, when you're tired of digging, let me know, so we can look for another entrance.
All right. Reboot will begin taking off his armor, strip down to his skivvies, give a good, well-oiled body flex, his pecs gleaming in the sunlight, and say, "Time to get to work."
You're forgetting that you two are not also the strongest beings in here, you know.
I mean, I'm sorry there's no OnlyFans site here for that.
God, and fucking Linus has like a sledgehammer to just slowly touch and rub.
Remember to arch your back.
Fucking hammer.
Yeah.
You have the big hammer.
I do have a god fucking hammer.
I
mean, I don't think that's like...
I have a warhammer. I also have a warhammer. I mean, it's not as good as his hammer, but I do have a warhammer.
Again, it might cause another cave-in.
Yeah.
It's not all about the size, gentlemen. It's about how well don't cause a
It's
cave
about
in.
how you use it. Yes. Remember to arch your back and stick out your glutes.
Oh, for crying out loud. Move over.
I somebody hit the right rock and not Rob in the face with it.
You probably hit Rob in the face just for that last comment.
So I've heard from a few people about what they plan to do. It sounds like you guys want to continue along the idea of working, chipping away at this problem, the main entrance, and letting Bubo try to scout the area around. It sounds like Nico is going to take the time to relax. Maybe just keep an eye on the area just in case somebody fucks up.
Sure.
It's been a bit since I heard you. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Palace?
More.
Sorry about that. Mike was muted the entire time.
Oh, no.
You're good. That's part of why I wanted to check in, just to make sure we're all present.
Yep. As for what Palace will be doing during this cave-in, there's not really anything for him to do.
Well, he's a strong boy, isn't he?
Dingy.
Come, Palace, join us in the shirtless montage of sweaty men doing sweaty man things.
Oh,
Yes.
I'd rather have him in a container.
You know, you do
Thank you very
realize that unlike the two of you, I don't happen to have a hammer on me.
It doesn't matter. You can still lift things and become sweaty.
Pick them
And
up
flex
and
your
put
hands.
them down!
Sweaty balls.
What? God, this could not get more Greek. Let's just get 3 fucking men look like they're oiled up from all the sweat as they just do manual fucking
Yes.
labor.
Here, let me pour some olive oil over you.
Olive oil.
God, I miss
Yes.
commercials in the 90s.
Rub it in your pecs.
Who of us has a strength over 17?
Hi.
I do.
Hello.
So do I.
So,
Back
okay.
Yeah.
Back it up.
So, so it's 3 men and then Arena in the middle of all of them, moving heavy rocks and such, as Gaia just slowly tries to cave out the earth above and below.
Too much
sure.
testosterone in this party. There's way too much testosterone in this party. Yes.
Thank you.
Lift with your legs, not your back.
Fish too.
I see a few rolls here. I am going to ask for strength. I see Arena's already given me one, so I'm going to ask for Leonis, Rob. Pal, if you are genuinely participating, you can. If you don't think Pal actually would, feel free to ignore the roll.
Well, I got nothing better to do. Question though, strength as opposed to athletics?
That is fair. If anybody has athletics, you can roll that instead, or just let me know what your plus is and apply it to the roll if you've already made it.
I mean, it's just a +2, so 16.
16.
Why not?
There we go,
Blackjack.
pal. Sweaty man things.
As Arena takes a claw and goes snip right across his leg. Excuse me.
No.
Oh.
Shitty boy.
Bitch, I got claws too. Don't start.
From the shadow.
Don't make me swipe you again.
You're doing a great job.
Stupid boy needs to get more workouts in.
Where'd y'all find popcorn?
I have my sources.
All right. Let me.
Too bad our bard is not right here. She would get a blast writing about this.
Their muscles rippled in the midday sun. I could see their succulent bottoms stick out.
God, no.
Know what goes on in Blue's mind. Thank you for that.
I did not need a peek under the hood of that one.
It's 3 men and a lady working. Let's go.
Also, Fistbands has
3 men, a lady, and a tree.
And a tree.
You're doing great.
As Orena looks in her direction, he hurls a pebble at him. Shut up!
Isn't this why we have magic? Fuck.
What do you think I'm using?
I mean, better magic.
Non-druidic magic. Thank you.
This is just useful magic. I want solve my problem magic now.
Just because I'm a tree does not mean I'm a druid.
Okay, next character, Wizard of Solve Problems.
Right, evocation wizard, fireball.
Fireball? Is that the only spell you know? It's the only spell I need to know.
It's the only spell I need to know.
I mean, I could shatter this, but...
So
Shatter isn't a fireball, silly.
I think I mentioned before that I have like play-by-post games that I tried to run before where it's all text-based as we go. I only bring this up because we mentioned fireball wizards. I have a twitchy NPC wizard cop who constantly mutters like the shield spell and tries to be prepared to like be defensive. But the moment anything goes wrong, the first thing out of his mouth is fireball.
I mean, that's just a wizard. So sure.
That's just a wizard.
That's just a wizard in general, yes.
Let's see if Strixhaven has anything.
We're gonna do all this mental jujitsu crap and just go fireball.
Dance on that book.
Yeah, can we use that?
What's what?
Would we really want to use Strixhaven, the Strixhaven book,
Silvery
though?
Barbs?
Silvery Barbs is a bit much.
A bit OP, yeah.
I am unfamiliar. Is that a spell you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah, new source book with a few new spells.
I would have to double check. I've given Strixhaven a brief look over because I was under the impression that there was going to be subclasses universal. That I had been told by another friend that they were going to have a few subclasses that were universal to all classes, which I was curious about how they're going to pull off. That
And did they?
As far as I can determine, no. They have a few backgrounds that give you additional spell lists, but I didn't see any subclasses that were universal to classes. Perhaps I missed it, but...
Yeah, they are. Some are considered UA still, but they are actually in part of Strixhaven.
Oh, so it's UA material, okay.
Hello, by the way,
to Strixhaven.
While they are working, can I do something real quick? I want to cast a spell, a ritual.
Okay, what are you casting?
Augury. I want to see how this endeavor is gonna
you prick.
go.
I know.
He's gonna take his star map and use it to read the stars during the day. See how the things are going.
So you're gonna test our astrology, are you? Gonna read our horoscope.
No, I do the real one.
Take this for the next 30 minutes. The damage wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad. Nothing for results that are explicitly good or bad.
I feel like whelmed needs to be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Any possible circumstances.
Like we're gonna be overwhelmed.
I think
I want to see how this endeavor is gonna go. Basically.
Are there any strong-looking animals in the vicinity that I might call out to?
No on the animals. I'll get to the Ongru result in just a moment. And then Bubo is still currently searching. Okay. I'm caught up. This takes, what, 10 minutes to cast? 11.
11, yes.
11, okay. Okay.
Casting time for Argue takes 1.
Yeah, but it's a ritual. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's ritual. Never mind.
Alright. I said 60 feet in an hour, but you are getting quite a bit of more help. Alright. You guys feel like you're powering through this pretty good. You're trying to be careful about not upsetting how many rocks are above your head. You are finding that the roof itself did collapse quite a bit. So you're moving more than expected, but it's, 4 different strong people moving rocks, plus somebody with magic safely adjusting it as need be. You're actually beginning to see a first few cracks of space, something beyond the just gray rocks around you. And it's not so much what you're seeing as what you're smelling. There is a foul odor that is just emanating from some of the slightest of cracks within these rocks, as though something was left to die and then was left like that for years.
And it did die.
As you might imagine.
Oh,
God. It smells like low tide in the summer.
Smells like somebody didn't finish their kill.
It is okay. A few things are going to happen in quick succession, and I think I'm going to ask for initiative from everyone.
Okay.
No.
Oh dear.
Do we have tokens? Do you have tokens?
We do. I'm sorry. Let me move us to the appropriate map. I'm going to ask that you ignore what you see momentarily.
Yep, sure, no problem.
I totally will ignore what I'm seeing, even though I'm recording.
I mean, that's gonna be easy.
I mean, I'm just seeing.
I don't see shit. Oh wait, I am on top.
Offspring?
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind.
No, I can swear.
Hooray! Average.
There I am.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Why not?
Ooh. Well, that makes sense.
Blackness.
I am Shveti. I have not good initiative.
I would also mention for all of our benefits that, Rob, you specifically said you took your armor off.
I did. I did take my armor off.
Okay.
Regret.
Hey, you can't move boulders in heavy plate mail.
Says
also,
who?
Says the fact that we're Greek.
Yeah.
Don't give me that shit. You wanted to get naked. No.
I'm always naked.
I am missing only Arena, which I see you did roll. Did you select your token?
Probably did not. I don't know. I couldn't see one.
That is fair. I apologize. It is at the top of the map.
Okay.
I mean, doing hard labor in the midday sun is bad enough. Doing hard labor in the midday sun while in a literal metal oven is damn near insufferable. I stand by my decision to take off my armor.
Yeah,
that is fair. That is fair. Eclipse, are you with us? Just to be sure.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I am here.
Just to be sure. I realize we haven't had much on your end of things so far, and I apologize.
No, it's fine.
She's spectating.
she's enjoying the show.
Uh-huh.
Right.
She's spectating.
Oops, the wrong one.
Sweaty manly men.
Ladies. Sweaty manly ladies as well.
Of course, I'm kind of feathery. I don't know if they feather.
Should the screen be black, Hyloch?
It should be mostly black. I'm not sure how much you're.
Wait, what time is it? Is it nighttime?
Oh, I see.
I see
Yeah,
too.
mine's black.
I only see my beautiful self.
There you go.
What?
What?
What's up, dog?
I see nothing.
Take string from Barskin. You're doing great.
You're. I see. That's right.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Your vision is screwed up. I apologize more. Let me fix that.
Yeah.
I think mine is also screwed up.
All I see is a black
they all
square
are.
with me on.
Yeah, we all see that.
Yeah, just blackness and old Rob.
I see a lot more than blackness.
Irats,
No,
yours in
aren't you
particular is
lucky?
dark, also because you're far enough away that it just wasn't immediately visible to you. Because I've situated people at the cave entrance.
That's better.
I'm standing on the moon, I think.
You're outside the cave. It's the edge of the map because reasons.
Oh yeah, because I'm lazy. Okay.
Yeah, because you're a lazy fuck.
I got dark vision. Do I have anything else besides a black square?
You do not have dark vision.
Yes, I do.
We are the same race. How you have dark vision?
There we go. Okay.
Oh, maybe a
wow.
feet. Wait, no. No, yeah, could be a feet.
Well, I'll apply vision now because it is bright outside, just not bright in the mine, and that's difficult for me to replicate with dynamic lighting itself.
Actually, Roll20 does have that neat little torchlight feature. You can just put it at the entrance of the cave. It'll shed light inwards.
That is fair, but I just went ahead and applied dynamic vision to everybody, and I would have to undo it.
Would you?
To all the character tokens, I would. Yeah.
Fair.
This is confusing.
Is it? You can see, right? Everybody can see now.
No, yeah. I'm just talking about how Roll20 changes dark vision on a daily basis.
I'm still of a.
That's right, because you're a normal human.
Yes.
I also forgot to apply you. There you go, 60.
Aha! Oh God.
Yep.
I need a standard. Okay, everybody with me. Everybody can see. Everybody's good.
Yo.
Again, I refer to what's up, dog.
Oh God.
Eclipse. I sent a thing to you. I assume you saw it pop up.
I sure did.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do a roll and then the first action, and then I will allow you to have your fun.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, I swear.
Okay. So, a few things happen in somewhat quick-ish succession. Nico, you have finished your augury at this point, and it has come up with the woe as the results.
Huh.
As that is happening, Bubo is beginning to make his return. He has strangely clutched a fish within his claws, though the reason as to that is not immediately clear.
Why? He's a mechanical bird.
That is true.
That makes sense.
Those of
actually.
you at the entrance have had some success, some good success, as this doesn't appear to have actually gone back 60 feet, but more like 30 to 40 feet. You've dug through quite a bit. You're down to what likely is your last wall. However, that foul smell continues to hit you and make you slightly nauseous, even as you're doing your best to remain as oily and verbose and awesome as you can be.
Watch my abs as I throw up.
There you go.
It is actually as you guys. Oh, Arena, you are on top of. Wait, what happened to fucking Leo? Where'd you go?
What?
Leonius is underneath Arena's token.
Yeah, right here.
Is he? Oh, for some reason when I moved her, I didn't see you. There we go. It is as Rob and Leo begin to move one of the final sections to this rocky undertaking that you begin to hear something else as well. That being the rapid footsteps of something beastly darting forward through the stony wall, through the stony path beyond. And I am going to bring a few friends to the party.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, that's a few more than just the one I saw.
There is a brief moment of surprise as Rob, you move one of the final rocks, only to see a hound. Seems to be mutilated, fire burning in its eyes, jump through the now present hole and leap for you, causing you to drop the rock in surprise, scuttle back a second, narrowly dodging a bite as two others begin to crawl out of the narrow opening as well. you guys seem to have a limited area to work in this situation, or at least have them funneled, rather.
Oh, good. I get to pummel them before they bite me.
Nico, though you are away from the party, I've situated your token about 10 feet or so from the group. I assume you are nearing as your woe status came up, and there's just not much beyond the map for me to facilitate. So you are roughly 15 feet from the entrance, if that is okay.
Sure. I would like to move so a place I can see the entrance. So in that direction, if I can.
Yeah, you can briefly stop on somebody's space. You just can't end your turn there.
So to get where I am in the map, I need to spend 15 feet, right?
You are where you are. If you move 10 feet, you'd over. You'd be on PAL. That sort of thing.
Okay, Nico's gonna come running saying, "Guys, this is a bad idea." Oh. God damn it.
No shit.
Oh. I cannot move into PAL. I think dynamic lighting is not letting me, probably.
Did you limit movement with dynamic lighting?
I did, because that prevented people from getting in the walls and losing themselves.
I mean, if you want, you can just move my token.
Yeah, I can move.
I think you can do it.
Yes, you can.
I can. I would also mention, because I forgot to do this before, and I forgot.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I forgot to do this with your entrance.
Also,
and
other stuff.
I feel awful for missing this. These poor little dogs. You see 3. For 3 forms you have 6 heads. It is an ugly 2-headed hound that has hate and fury and fire burning in its heart and eyes.
Wait a minute, I played this God of War.
The smell of disease and rot hits you ever stronger as you near these dogs.
Sure. Leonius, I trust you. I cast Fairy Fire on top of everybody, including Leonius. Fuck it. It's a 20-foot square, so I can do something like this, right?
It's a dex save, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
It is. So that'll hit everybody, hit all the enemies. That won't hit your party then.
I mean, it will hit some of my party. I don't think there's a way I can do it without hitting Leonius.
It's
this dog.
20-foot square, right?
Mm-hmm. Square. I mean, I could do some bullshit and say I did that, but I don't know if you can out diagonal.
Where do you think I am?
There?
No.
Oh. No, I'm here.
He's one above that.
He is right here. And I am right here.
I love Roll20.
Yeah, Roll20 is great like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Eclipse, could you give me a few deck saves for the dogs?
Yeah, I cast it in that sort of area. Okay, that's a fail. Wow. Okay.
And that's a fail.
Okay, I take it. Two fails. Good.
Oh boy,
they start glowing like a kind of like a starry thingy.
Oh god, are they glittering
Death
like when
dogs.
Sunlight hits Twilight vampires?
Yes.
For a second, I thought he was just going to add anime eyes to the dogs. That
they look kawaii as fuck. Now I'm.
God.
Oh god, I'm gonna enjoy smashing them.
Kawaii. Kawaii.
It definitely would give advantage on hitting them, I would say.
Yes, definitely.
Anything further, Nico?
No, I'm good.
All right, Gaia.
Just to be clear, there's no enemy in my vicinity, right?
Nope.
No.
Okay, good. Then I'm good.
Not yet.
So, I'm gonna see these 2-headed flaming dogs of hell. And I'm going to aim at that one and going to quicken spell a ray of frost.
Artificer.
Nice.
Okay.
If it will roll. Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Not the best roll, but I mean,
not the best damage, but hey,
It's a hit.
I mean,
it's
we're
a
level
hit.
4.
That's 12 points. 12
12
points of cold damage, and they're slow 10 feet.
For which one?
The red one.
Red one.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I assume you. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a quicken spell, so that one was a bonus action. For my action, in a 20-foot square, the same square that Fairy Fire was in, I am casting Entangle.
Nice.
Alright.
DC 15. Strength save.
Nope. Ooh, dang. Bad rolls tonight. Yep. Last one.
That's the I guess one only saved, so hey. So 2 are restrained, 2 are Fairy Fired.
And they're all fucked.
Okay, supports.
That's my turn.
Okay, that follows. Oh, I'm sorry. I realize I'm not actually hitting the tracker.
okay.
Leonidas, you're up.
Oh boy, I get all the advantage with none of the backfire.
Yeah.
They all have advantage on them in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, right?
So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this here hammer. I'm gonna swing it at that there dog and pray. Yep, that went about as well as I figured it would.
Wow.
God.
Wow, dude.
That's about right.
I am legitimately not even surprised by this.
Leonas's luck continues. Oh my god, it started with the basilisks and it
Fuck, why you
continues
only
with
have
the
plus
dogs.
2?
Because
Great
this is Great Weapon Master.
Ah, okay.
Hence why that's 23 damage with one swing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Would have been nice.
still can't hit for shit even with advantage. So I guess I'll just go fuck myself now because we're level 4. I have no extra attack yet. Fuck.
God, poor thing.
I am
That-
sad.
Brings us to your lovable friends, the Death Dog.
The death dogs.
What's up, dog?
All right. Well, since Leonis decided to try to attack, now the red one's going to attack first. Okay. Well, let's see. 14.
Nope.
Down.
Against who?
Me.
Leonis.
Oh, Leonis. Okay.
Honestly, that's not hitting anyone, I don't think.
No.
Checking something real quick.
They got anything else for me? Does it wanna does it have a second bite for my num-nums, or does its buddy go?
That's what I'm double checking. Because
Alright.
of the double heads. So
I figured it might have been a mechanic. Or its
I
flavor.
figured they'd breathe
Yeah.
fire.
yes, it does. Okay, it does. Makes 2.
It
I
does
had
breathe
double checked
fire?
it.
No, it has 2
yeah,
attacks.
no, it takes 2 attacks in double heads.
Alright.
Ah.
Nope.
That's not right.
Let's see.
Hyloch, could you fix that, please? I didn't see Boobo's token. I put the wrong thing on the map.
Oh, yeah. I'll make a fix of that.
So yeah, blue is restrained. It can't
Okay, so
move.
yeah. The blue one, yeah, I can't. So there's
And it's difficult terrain. So
range. So that one's actually unable to do anything. That's sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's difficult terrain.
it's difficult terrain, so it's half movement to it's double movement to walk.
But it can still get in there.
Yeah.
Come at me, dog.
All right, Leonis, here we go again.
Come on. Or not. Come on, you got one more.
Ow.
There you go. Alright, show me that damage.
Okay.
Hurt me
damage.
Something
more.
else coming your way. Now,
Oh, I was close.
Leonis, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
There we go. That's the part I'm curious about. Survey says
Oh.
I am a barbarian.
Hey.
I have a
Oh, you
fuxia.
passed.
Nice.
Survey says you are indeed a barbarian.
Wait, did you rage, dude?
No, I did not rage. And it was a con save, so it wouldn't have helped.
No.
And well, he passed. He's good, and that's it.
Disease. Creature must repeat saving throw. Oh, that's bad.
Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
glad to see it. D&D doesn't use disease enough.
That's a good one.
They
too,
don't.
shit.
Yes, it is.
Fuck you and your paladin bullshit.
You should say hi to monks and their monk bullshit.
Yeah.
Monks have a lot
Paladin
of bullshit.
Wow.
Combine a paladin with a monk.
Oh dear.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how that would work mechanically.
Too mad it wouldn't.
Me either.
I'm
Unless you
enjoying
roll
my
like
monk
stupidly
program.
well for stats, it's not gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'd do
anyway,
it just for shits and giggles.
I believe that brings us around to
Arena.
Where's Bubo's token?
he is present but
Here.
outside the bounds. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. 2-pronged attack. I take it that the ceiling's high enough that he can get over them.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's
Okay, that's fine. So he's in perfect position. I'm like, Leo, duck. Leonis, duck.
questionable consent meow.
Well, I'm elected to do a battle cry. Take a shot at this one here with the long bow.
That's the hit.
Oh, guess what? Add a hunter's mark to that bitch.
You didn't cast Hunter's Mark though.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought,
Oh, yeah.
I
It
said,
is.
That's an action.
okay, I thought that was a thing. There.
It's not an automatic.
Yeah, it's not.
Put that on this one then.
You
It's an action, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I misclicked. It's been a
no
while.
worries. So 19 for 11 damage on green.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, done.
It died?
No.
No, I said I did already put the damage in.
Oh, okay. Bubo, attack.
Piss bad.
He's gonna go for the same one.
Alright. Ooh. Yep, that's a hit.
Drink saving is nothing.
Why are you not clicking?
I can do that.
And I don't have a dual attack, so I will stand down and wait for the next. I can't cast it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wallace!
Oh, you're up.
Alright, so thanks to Spear Mastery, I am going. Well, actually, wait, I would have put down my weapons to lift rocks.
Mm-hmm.
It is a free action to grab a weapon from the ground.
Okay, I'll grab my spear then, and yeah, I just have the spear. Alright, I'll grab my spear, use bonus action to increase my reach by 5 feet, thanks to Spear Mastery. And let's have at green, since...
Alright.
Actually, wait, I can reach red. Nah, I'll leave red for the others. Green. Stab. Stabby, stabby, stab.
Man. Come on. Come on, roll 20.
Oh, look at this guy in extended stabbing range.
Oh dear God.
Oh,
I'm lucky I had it. I'm glad I had
That's a good
advantage.
Yeah, advantage.
Mhm.
Nice.
With the fairy fire.
I
Damage,
love the
nice.
thought that Pal is stabbing the spear around Linus, and Linus is just surprised to see him nearly get skinned.
Bird over his shoulder, spear next to his torso.
Green's looking pretty bad, so.
Somewhere lost in his mane is still a squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot about the fucking
Considering
druid.
angrily.
The
He just
squirrel
lives
is
up there now.
He's made
Yeah.
a home in the mane somewhere.
That's be true.
That means he has a toilet somewhere.
Oh,
That brings us to Rob.
God damn it.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody seems to be going after green, so let's go after green. I'll pick up my hammer and take a swing.
alright. Ooh,
nice.
Nice.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
advantage
I-
on that too.
Nice
And that's
job.
just
It's-
yeah.
it's
Okay.
Dead.
Oh,
it's dead,
sweet.
Jim,
It's dead.
It's
Yay.
dead, Jim. It's dead.
Smack it. Okay, and that is all I can do. I think I'll just hold my ground as I am immune to these guys' disease bullshit, which is so awesome. Thank you so much for including these guys that my divine health actually has a use. I feel really cool about that.
It actually has a use.
Yeah, right? It almost never does. Okay, and I'll call that my turn.
All right.
I'm gonna use one of my free guiding bolts on red. See if I can finish it. Sure. With advantage. It's still restrained, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, let's see it. 20
Nice.
for Joe's Radiant, and all yours. That's it.
All right.
Plus,
Starting to
it's
look bad.
considered undead, then it has an additional radiant damage, or no?
No, I'm not a paladin.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so red's still up.
Yep. Looking pretty bad, but he's still up.
All right, I am
Not for long.
gonna kind of hold my staff over Rob's head, and I'm going to twin a chromatic orb at both red and blue.
All right.
Jeez Louise. Guys, it's just the first 3 minions. We don't need to blow all of our things.
Yeah, that's why I haven't raged yet.
No worry,
I have pretty much only spells. I don't want to get into
Haha, spear goes stab.
concentrating.
What do you mean? After that long, prolonged workout?
21 for the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aren't you ready?
And it's
for
cold
your
damage.
13 cold.
And then the
Really
second. Do you want me to use the same roll for the second one, and roll different damage, or do you want me to roll a different attack?
I think that is it technically the same for 2 different targets? That's what I would think.
I mean, because it's a twinned attack, so basically splitting two orbs into
then I would think
an orb into 2 attacks.
And it makes sense that if it's for twin for the same target, then yeah.
Okay, so same attack but different damage.
That sounds right.
I mean, I was kind of questioning Hyloch on this because everybody does twinning differently.
Yeah. This is my first time dealing with twinning, so.
No worries.
What do you think, Hyloch?
We're near the end here, and it would take me a minute to go check what the twinning rules are. I would say just roll again, and we'll roll with whatever you get.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 14. But for 17 damage, cold.
And it hits.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
That's my turn.
Yeah, kitty.
Hey, then Linus, what you gonna do?
Don't fuck
What am
up.
I gonna do?
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Can you hit this time?
I'm gonna ignore Rob and try to hit this thing with a hammer.
Don't fuck up.
Try to whack it.
Yeah. He didn't
That's what we
fuck
can
up.
cheer him on at all times.
Which one? What you hitting red?
Yeah, red's only one in range at the moment.
All right. It's a hit, eh? Well, guess what? It's over.
It did.
It's really
Nice.
dead.
So,
Already dead.
I'm going to step into this. Is it when I first enter it that this shit happens with Entangle?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Entangle is when you cast it. And then
Yeah,
it's difficult
otherwise
terrain.
it's difficult terrain.
Okay, so it's just difficult terrain for me then. Okay, cool. Because as a bonus action, I can swing again because I killed something.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna hit the other doggy. And
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Don't fuck
as a
up.
personal
You've been
rule,
lucky, punk.
as a personal rule, if someone extra attacks, I usually, if they great weapon master, I have them just stick with it, or if they don't, they don't. So I'm just gonna stick to my own personal ruling on that. Just whack it with the fucking hammer.
Damn.
And that
I gotta do that chant more often. It seems
It's
to be
looking pretty
working.
bad. Still
kind of
up.
curious. I mean, hold up. Would this have hit? Yeah, I probably would have. Oh well. Yeah, ignore that. But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
All right.
Of course, the one time I'm not using it.
Well, there you go.
Angle.
Pooch?
See. Come on. The first one, so yeah, breaks out of the tangle. All right. You're right there, Leonis. You're the target now.
How'd you echo?
Probably my phone.
Wait, hold on. How they get free?
Strength roll.
Strength throw.
Yeah, but they have to do their action to do that.
Is it?
Yeah, that's
If
how
it's
that
triggered by a
works.
class can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC on a success, it frees itself. So yeah, if it does that, it has no action.
Ah. Okay.
Your bite sucketh.
Yep, then it can't do nothing else.
Your bite can suck it.
Okay. Arena, I suppose, then. Because the other dogs are dead, unless there's Invisidogs.
Don't give them any ideas. Again, Leonis, duck!
Questionable consent, meow again.
Just duck, man. Bobo! Get him, boy!
I think it's dead.
So the first one is a hit. Let's see. Well, you only needed the first one, Arena. It's done. It's dead.
I too have killed a death dog. Woof woof.
Yeah, you went 2 points over.
I overkilled it.
Yep, you overkilled it.
No kill like overkill.
Overkill. There's no kill that's better than an overkill.
Overkill.
And that's it.
Nice.
So,
Well,
too
I'll
late
drop
to
that
too late to warn you there is a body there to dig.
Yes.
a little. I mean, but we can leave here and go find a different entrance if you still prefer.
At this point, what's the point? Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
this
listen.
It smells in
this is
here.
fine.
This one smells.
Give me a moment to don my armor, and I'll be ready to go in.
Oh, you think this is bad? Wait, it gets worse further in.
I mean, we travel with Leonis all the time. Is it really so bad?
Considering
Oh,
what's
right.
in there, yes.
I wasn't referring to him.
Rob, I think I'm going to start with your legs.
I know. I know. And I
You should
agree.
Start with what matters the most.
Exactly. His legs. He
No,
can't run
not
without
my
them.
charming personality. Don't eat my charming personality. I need that to talk to people.
Now I'm gonna eat your face for last.
Mm-mm.
So you can
Leonis,
scream
I
the entire
genuinely
time.
appreciate that. I want you to know that.
Okay,
Also, you can watch.
Okay, you two. Enough with the phallic swinging again. Let's go.
Oh boy.
All right, give me a minute to don my armor.
Put it on. Walking.
Things
It's
like
so
10
easy though.
minutes.
We're both practically naked.
Okay, so we are nearing the end here, but I do have two things I'll offer up as we encroach upon the end. With combat over, Bubo, who I believe can actually speak to Arena in some manner,
Yeah.
will relay that there are fissures in the crevice above, indicating where he got his fish from.
Oh,
Yep, that's what I thought.
fissures. Oh.
Fissures and then cracks in the rock.
Well played, Bubo. Well played.
Fucking bird.
What he said.
It's not entirely a joke. I say fissures because fisherman is inaccurate, but fissures as well.
Sure, I like it.
Two, as you guys don your gear, begin moving slowly into the area now that you've mostly cleared it out, kicking aside what rubble remains. You're finding your way into what appears to be what was once a main hall, considering this was the entrance. This massive hall, supported by pillars, many of which have been broken and scattered about the room. Most predominantly and visibly is the corpse of a gargantuan, three-headed dog splayed out in the center of the room.
Cerebus?
You can see it has been mauled, broken, and beaten over time, and obviously was recently being devoured before being interrupted by something that before being interrupted by an unexpected entrance. Scattered around it are the corpses of many a dwarf.
Like we found the problem.
Yes.
Well, there's your problem right there.
See, what you got here is a classic infestation of Cerberus, also plural known as Cerberi. Now, this is usually a task for only experts. That said, these couple of 4-level adventurers are going to take on this task for us. Why? Because we're cheap fucks. That's
About
right.
right.
Come down to John and Bernard's Adventure Emporium. We make your problems all problems.
Please don't bring them into this. No, no.
Oh, please.
At the moment, if I see them in this dungeon, I am walking out. They are more terrifying than a goblin with no pants.
Oh god.
You just say that because they sent your dwarf to their death at the heat of a kitsune.
No, Tenko sent my dwarf to his death.
Yeah, but they technically took the job on your behalf to send you out.
True. Also, let's be honest, Tetsuro would find a way for someone to want to kill him either way. Down here, up there, either way, somebody wants me dead.
Hey.
I don't understand why. I have a charming personality, all of you fucks.
Okay, that's side tangent derailing aside. I'm sorry, Hyloch.
No, you're
Yeah.
With that small revelation, I think we'll end there. Slightly earlier than expected, but I feel like entering into the mind itself is a good place to pick up next time.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you guys
It's a great
for
place.
playing. I really hope you had some fun. I tried to make sure everybody was involved, but I know some people didn't have quite as much time in the spotlight. I'll try to rectify that next time. But
Yeah.
It's all good.
You know,
I'll try not to steal the spotlight as much in the future. I promise to try.
No, dude, I actually love it when you do, because the things you decide to do as your character blow my mind away, man. It's beautiful and I love it.
Love you guys too.
I even posted it in the freaking chat. It's like, we're all here playing checkers. You're up there playing 3D chess and shit with politics, economics. And I'm just sitting here like, I'm just a barbarian that wants to hit things.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's been a wonderful evening. I've got to go help make dinner. I can't wait to play with you guys again next month, and I look very forward to it. See y'all later. Bye, guys.
Easy Blue.
Bye.
See you soon.
Stay alive, Rob.